Party hat happy ABME 208th anniversary.
Peggy 18.
Actually, this game has not been rated by Peggy, but it does contain graphic violence and probably shouldn't be played by anybody. I was supposed to receive an update for today's process, but I've been informed I'm not as important as, and I quote, keeping a roof over the operator's head. Always good to know where you stand in the pecking order. Once at least 12 of you have joined using the room code displayed on your screen, we will begin the process. One of you will be brought to the top of the pecking order. However, 11 of you will, like me, find out what it's like to not be at the top. This will be followed by death. Please stand by whilst I ruminate on who will join the process. Fetz has joined the process. Ben has joined the process. Jogging has joined the process. Mark has joined the process. Fluffybunesque has joined the process. FLYB0Y1 has joined the process. Shadowmane has joined the process. Matt has joined the process. Proogs has joined the process. Stilgar has joined the process. Abm208 has joined the process. Jayar Get Practice has joined the process. You will face 11 multiple choice questions. Answer on your devices. One player who answers incorrectly will be eliminated at random. In the event all players are correct, everybody is up for elimination. I have decided that it is far more fun for me if you don't know your fate until after it has happened. Therefore, I will not tell you the answer, nor whether you were correct until after elimination has taken place. Isn't this fun? For every correct answer, you will receive 50 pennies. The player who survives the process will receive an additional 500 pennies. Good luck. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was the sun. All 12 players were correct. I don't feel good about that, Abm208, but I'm sure I'll get over it. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was Daniel Defoe. 5 out of 11 players were incorrect. You appear to have gotten some brains on the carpet's shadow main. We will be billing your estate in the fullness of time. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was New York. 2 out of 10 players were incorrect. This process can really take it out of you. JR Get Practice knows that for sure. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was Mark Carney. 1 out of 9 players were incorrect. Thank you, Stilgar, for volunteering to test the targeting system. You will be pleased to know that it still works. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was Francis Scott Key. 1 out of 8 players were incorrect. So that's what mat would look like if they were turned inside out. Good to know. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time." The correct answer was single numbers. 6 out of 7 players were incorrect. Let us have a moment of silence for our fallen comrade FLYB0Y1. Thank you for the respectful moment of silence. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time." The correct answer was Gilmore Girls. 4 out of 6 players were incorrect. Jogging just lost 150 pounds in 1 second. Congratulations. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time." The correct answer was Risk. All 5 players were correct. I don't invent the rules, Mark, I just uphold them. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time." The correct answer was arpeggio. 1 out of 4 players were incorrect. I fear that will leave a permanent mark, Kroogs. What a shame.
What a shame.
Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was penguins. 1 out of 3 players were incorrect. Fets had to leave us. They will be missed. Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was wheatus. 1 out of 2 players were incorrect. What is human, had 2 legs and dies when shot with a laser? Ben. Ha, ha, ha. Congratulations to Fluffy on surviving the process. Have 500 pennies. Thanks to Stimpson Sangle for writing this evening's questions. I suspect this is the last time I'll see you whilst rattling around inside the Unity Inspector. Next time we meet, I'll be built and out in the wild. Ready to take over the world. But don't tell anybody my plan, or you'll ruin the fun. Until next time, thank you for playing Crossfire. Goodbye.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to game night this Thursday evening, the 15th of May. How is everybody doing? Lovely to have you here. We've got Nathaniel as well, Stream Pupper, or Stream Pupper's ears at the very least. No, don't talk into the microphone. No, 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 no. How y'all doing? Good to be back after a weekend off exploring the frozen north. Or the Midlands at the very least. Thank you for joining me this evening. I know there is some singing competition happening, so maybe one or two people down, but we'll have a good time all the same. Thank you very much to Stinson's Angle for that pack of Crossfire, and very many thanks to Lewis as well, I believe, for proofing it. Most kind of you both, and great fun was had by all, and congratulations to Fluffy, a fluffy victory indeed. Here's a message from our sponsor, that side, JR Plays Games. Get down.
You are much more entertaining than a bunch of people in a competition that has an acronym that, rather appropriately, is a contraction of escape. Happy affiliate anniversary.
Thank you for the good wishes there, JR, and the 10-month subscription. Escape, Eurovision Song Contest, and prize extermination? Or something. And continue to make notes on the operator. Yes, we're in the operator for Risky Business tonight. Oh, ESC as in escape. Yes, good point. I thought the APE was a part of it. The ape, as twere. But yes. So I've made some changes. I had to be honest. So last Thursday when we played, the operator disconnected from the graphics, which is where all the game logic actually happens. Because functionally, the operator has the same connection to the game that you guys all have with the universal controller. Get out from under the desk. Out. Of course, if yours disconnects, there's a built-in reconnect, and if it crashes because it's WebGL, then you just refresh. Obviously, I can't just refresh this at the moment because there's a lot of other moving parts. So I had a look at it. Turns out I hadn't added the auto reconnect. So I've now got auto reconnect in the operator and a manual reconnect button. if I feel the need to manually reconnect. I've also improved the logging, so hopefully I'll stop bottlenecking when all the answers start coming in. For any programming nerds amongst us who want to know what was going on as to why it was bottlenecking when answers came in, every time a log is raised, which is every time a question is asked or there's a time up or an answer comes in, it would clear the mesh, reapply the filters for the log, go through each of the logs, append them one at a time to my mesh, and I'm thinking, and there's, you know, by the end of the game, there's like 500 logs in the game, and I'm wondering why that's slow. So I've optimized that significantly, and I've also got some extra buttons and stuff. So it's, it was incredibly inefficient. The thing was, I've got a filtering system, so if I just want to look for logs for JR, for example, I can type your name in, or I can turn off logs for, if we're doing a hot seat focus game, and I don't want to see all the logs for the audience game, I can turn off non-focus player and I can turn off player join. So, yeah, it's a reasonable filtering system, but it was just not displaying in the best possible way. But yeah, there we go. It's coming together, and I'm very pleased with it at the moment. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening to JR and Naughty Golf and Matt the Sprat and Stilgar and Mark and Prugs and Fluffy and Shadowmane and TVP. Good evening Pyro and Lupine and Fets and Toot and Manic Volcanic. Good evening to SJ and Samster, BC and Curse 2, Can Be Me, Puzzle Dan, Flyboy to Daru, Jerry, Clive of Legend, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here, and thank you so much for joining me for what promises to be a super fun edition of Game Night. Some things that you need to know. You need the Unicorn for this game, which is right there. Hopefully, if you're playing Crossfire, you've already got it open. The room code for this game is on the screen, but it's also printed in the chat now because I've got a button to do it. Over the course of the game, over the course of the evening, do be thinking about a raid message. I've already got a couple coming in. If I like your raid message, then I might set it as the actual raid message later on in the evening. Also, if there's no game running and I press the room code button, there's a funny message, so I might show you that a bit later on. Orc Tour has come in as a raid message. Yeah, I'm unlikely to pick insert raid message here. Lost the forest for the logs. Possibly. Street Pupper's ears at the very list. At the very list? I quite like the typo in that. Orc Tour, I quite like that. Lost the forest for the logs. I get it, it's like forest and logs. Maybe. We'll keep that one there for later on. Anyway, do come and join this game of Risky Business. This has been written by Quizzle and proofed by Topper. Very many thanks to both of them. Coming up a bit later on, we have got DangerZone, which has been written by the victor in Crossfire, aka Fluffy Bunny, and it was proofed by Inca. So much to look forward to over the course of the next couple of hours or so. Yes, Highway to the Danger Zone coming up a bit later on. But we are starting with our first game proper, which is Risky Business, and the hexagons being the bestagons that they are. And this is lovely pack courtesy of Quizzle. That is the end of the loop. So I think we should probably get on with this game because it's already 20 to 9 and it's not late night game night this week. We're back on a regular schedule. If there are hexagons, why not cursagons too? Very good. Or jinxagons. Very good, Shadowmane. I like that. Right, we're going to get on with the game. Good luck to you all. Have fun. Universal controller. As I said, if you want to join in halfway through, there is anytime entry on this game. I really need to condense that message. It's entirely too long. Room code right there. Good luck to you all. Let's play Risky Business. Right. We've got 23 players in the game and room for a few more. So if you're lurking on the sidelines and you maybe fancy a go after you see what it's all about, you're very welcome to come and take part. Let's have a look at our instructions for round number 1. Go away, nose. Sorry, there's a nose under the desk. He's just poking his little muzzle up at me, saying hello. I can't let him out of the room, though, because he's taken to stealing the cat beds and piling them up and then sitting on them. I know, it's very cute, but yeah. Those are the rules. If you've not read them, I'm going to read them to you now. Select one of the correct answers from the 5 presented options within 15 seconds. With each question, the number of risk points available increases, whilst the number of correct answers decreases. This information will be both on the graphics, the broadcast graphics, and on your devices as well. Incorrect answer at any time will reduce your risk points to 0. However, abstention will preserve your currently accrued risk. So if you don't want to risk it and you've got some risk points at stake, you can leave it blank and you won't be penalised or just abstain from answering. But to play question 4, you must choose to risk based on the answers alone. The question is worth double your risk points. But only one of the answers will be correct. If you choose to risk, abstention will be treated as an incorrect answer. So on that 4th question where you don't see the question in advance, you've got to choose whether you want to play, and abstention will be treated as wrong. So just something to bear in mind. 3 sets of 4 questions in this round, and the best of luck to you all. So, without any further ado, I think we should get on to our first question, which hasn't debugged to me yet, so I'm assuming that I didn't do an early debug on this. It'll just do it when I press run question. Let's find out together. Question number 1, 4 correct answers up here, 2 points if you can find one of them, and your options are Oliver, George, William, Andrew, if I'll try and say it in time, or James. Name a forename shared by both a UK Prime Minister and a US President. 4 of those are correct. One of them's wrong. Here come the ticks. It's the second RB episode I watched. I already forgot how it works. Don't worry, you pick it up pretty quick, naughty Goth. George, William, Andrew, and James. George, you had George Canning and George Washington. Andrew Bonar and Andrew Jackson, thoroughly repellent human beings, so I've heard. Although he's been dead a while now, so you know I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. James, you had James Callaghan and James Polk, or Polk. I think you do pronounce the L. And you had William Gladstone and William Howard Taft. And also Bill Clinton, of course, who's technically a William as well. There has never been an Oliver who has been UK Prime Minister or US President. Neither President nor Prime Minister, which everyone managed to suss out because everyone's managed to get 2 points onto the board. Well played. Let's reset that question and we'll go on to the next 3 correct answers up here and 3 points if you can find one. Options are Reloaded, Recharged, Reconstructions, Resurrections, Revolutions. Name a word that follows The Matrix in the title of a film from the series. And everyone once again getting an answer there, a correct answer no less, and another sea of green. Very well played. Yeah, Reloaded, Resurrections and Revolutions were your correct answers there. Original film 1998, I think. I don't have that in my notes. I'm fairly sure it was 1998. I want to say it was the first film public or commercially released on DVD and VHS at the same time. I might be making that up though, but I thought that was the case. Excuse me. The first 2 sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions, were both released in 2003. And a fun fact for you, Reloaded was the first 15 certificate film I saw at the cinema when I was 14. By the time Revolutions came out, I was 15, and I got ID'd for the second one, but I was 15 by that point. Didn't get ID'd for the first one when I was only 14. Great success. Resurrections followed 18 years later and starred quite a few recurring cast members. So Keanu Reeves was back, Carrie-Anne Moss was back. And also had Neil Patrick Harris and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I really enjoyed it. It got mixed reviews, I think, but I quite enjoyed Matrix Resurrections. Revisited, incidentally, was a 2001 documentary about the making of the original 1999 film, which wasn't one of the options up there. Yeah, so Neil Patrick Harris was in it.
Well, that's all right then.
Missed an opportunity to press that button, didn't I? Well done, everyone, getting some points. Let's go on to another question. 2 correct answers. Only 2 correct answers up here. 5 points if you can find one. Remember, you don't have to play, but take a look at the options and see what you'd like to do. Yeah, it's the 4th film of the trilogy. Chianti, Shiraz, Chardonnay, Merlot, Riesling or Riesling. Name a white wine. Matt and Manic look like they're going to err on the side of caution, protect their 5 points. Mark going wrong is the only one who won't be eligible to risk. No white wine tonight. This stream, of course, is sponsored by Styroprime in the see-through can. It's not actually sponsored by Styroprime, and I'm not being paid to say that. It's just a good lager. Would recommend. Chardonnay and Riesling were your correct answers. Riesling is a white wine from Germany's Rhine region. Chardonnay is a white wine from France's Bordeaux region and is disgusting. Love a Pinot Grigio, love a Sauvignon Blanc, love Prosecco, but do not give me Chardonnay unless there is literally no other option. Chianti is an Italian red wine, perhaps made most famous for being being drunk by Anthony Hopkins with some fava beans in the 1991 film Silence of the Lambs. Merlot is a French red wine, and Shiraz, or Syrah, is a red wine produced in many countries. Can I recommend what do I go for if I'm going? Australian, tend to go for Eastern Australian. Shiraz, if I'm going for a Shiraz. Good, well done. Bad luck on that one, Mark. CJ, welcome to the game. Great to have you all with us. It can be quite spicy. Shiraz, yeah, a bit spicy. It's quite heavy notes on it. It can be a little bit peppery and a little bit blackcurranty, but it's very delicious, particularly in the winter. I prefer red wine in the winter to the summer. So if you have got some risk points, and a lot of us have got 10, Manic and Matt have got 5, CJ's just joined the game, and Mark, who wiped out on that question, won't be able to risk here. If you want to risk on this next question, remember you're only going to see the options. You're only going to see the options. See-through wine? No. See-through can? Yes. You're only going to see the options, and if you want to risk, press the big risk button. If you don't want to risk, your points will go in the bank and they will be safe, but you won't be able to play the next question. If you do want to play the next question, remember you can't abstain, and a correct answer will give you double points, but there's only one there. Let's take a look at the options, and you can make a decision whether you want to bank or risk. Let's take a look. Options are carnation, jasmine, cedar, rose, tulip. Bank or risk? And that's our time up. A lot of players banking, putting the 10 safe points into the bank. Clive, Innes, Shapes, Manic, Pyro, Toot, Samster, and BC are all choosing to risk on this question. All of them with 10 points, other than Manic, who's just risking the 5. Good luck. Only one correct answer appear, and you cannot abstain. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. You must give me an answer, or it will be treated as wrong. Good luck. Here's the question. Name a revolution that occurred on the continent of Africa. You're not wasting any time. Shapes is in now as well. Clive's gone wrong. And that is all she wrote. 3 of you getting the correct answer. Innes, Shapes, and Samster correctly identifying jasmine. Manic and Pyro going for cedar. Clive going for carnation. Toot for rose, and BC for tulip. All of them, I'm afraid, incorrect. The Jasmine Revolution occurred in Tunisia in late 2010, early 2011. The Tulip Revolution was in Kyrgyzstan in 2005. The Carnation Revolution took place in Portugal in 1974. The Rose Revolution occurred in Georgia in 2003, and the Cedar Revolution happened in Lebanon in 2005. Very well done if you've managed to pull some points out of that. Let's put them into the bank and check out the scores at the end of that first set of questions. And CJ, welcome to the stream. Nope, not there. Shiraz. What? Thank you for the Ray message suggestion. So, at the end of that set of questions, Inca, Samster, and Shapes are doing best with a perfect score of 20 points in their bank. Lots of players with 10. Matt's got 5, and a smattering of players, 7 or so, yet to score. But still plenty of points up for grabs. Let's do it all over again. Another set of 4 questions, starting with this one, with 5 options, 4 of which are correct. 2 points if you can find one. Let's take a look. Options are Gary Player, Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer. Name a golfer who has won all 4 majors. Manic going how? Apparently not. McIlroy completed his career Grand Slam by winning the Masters earlier this year, only the 6th golfer to do so, along with Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Gary Player, Ben Hogan and Gene Sarazen. Arnold Palmer, the wrong answer up there, won 3 of golf's majors, only missing out on the PGA Championship, although he tied for 2nd place 3 times in that event. He never won it, though. Bad luck to Fetch, Stilgar and Manic, not banking any points out on that one. Everyone else getting 2 points of risk. Let's move on to another question. And 3 correct answers now. 3 points if you can find one. Options are Singapore, USA, Italy, Thailand, Jamaica. Name a country that has been the setting for a season of TV series White Lotus. This has cropped up a couple of times on the Rest is Entertainment podcast. I know Richard Osman is a great fan of this show. Thailand, USA and Italy are your correct answers. Season 1 set in Hawaii, USA. Season 2 is set on the Italian island of Sicily, and Season 3 is set in a Thailand wellness resort. Series has been renewed for a 4th season at an as-yet unknown location, which, when announced, will surely crop up as a sequence question on a future episode of Only Connect. Almost certainly. Quizzle, of course, one of many, many Only Connect alumni and in the community, and also former champion. What other former champions have we got in the game tonight? We've got at least 3 that I can see at a glance. Samster, Shapes and Claire all playing, having previously won Only Connect. I hope I'm not missing anybody out. Oh, hi, Inca. Inca, I think, was on Only Connect. I'm not sure we win. He's winning at the moment, though, so that's all good. Have I missed anyone else who was on Only Connect? Apologies if I've missed you and you've also been on Only Connect. And to all our Only Connect fans and alumni, did he win? I thought Inca went on Only Connect but didn't win, but I might be making that up. Sorry, Inca. Sorry, I'm covered in... Shame. So I am. Thailand, USA and Italy. Quite a few people now moving up to 5. Manic moving up to 3. Matt playing it safe and keeping hold of his 2. And a few wrong answers there, wiping out. But you've got one more question in this set to accrue some risk. Okay, so 5 points if you can find one of the 2 correct answers to this next question. And your options are Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Frankenstein, Dr. Zhivago, Dr. Dolittle, Dr. Watson. Name a fictional doctor named John. But I didn't mention Quizzle, who wrote this pack, is also Only Connect champion. Former Only Connect champion. CJ and Shadow going to play it safe? Well, Shadow's protecting his 0 points, but CJ protecting his 5. Yeah, Dr. Dolittle and Dr. Watson were your correct answers there. Dr. John Watson, Dr. John Hamish Watson, certainly in Sherlock, from Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories. Dr. John Dolittle from Hugh Lofting's stories. A.B. Migo for Dr. Zhivago. It's Dr. Yuri Zhivago in Boris Pasternak's novel. Fun fact, Pasternak means parsnip. So it's Boris Parsnip, what wrote Dr. Zhivago. It's Dr. Henry Jekyll, along with Mr. Edward Hyde in the Robert Louis Stevenson novel Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And, of course, Dr. Victor Frankenstein in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein. Most players who played there give me a correct answer. Dolittle or Watson is what you needed. Oh, no, there's a Wi-Fi gone. Oh, bad luck there, Shadowmail. Hopefully, you've got nothing to risk, so you won't be able to play this next question. Hopefully you can get it back up and working for the next set of 4. So, another 5 options about to be displayed, but only 1 will be correct, and I won't show you the question. If you want to play it, you've got to choose to risk without seeing the question. So, up to you if you want to do that. Let's take a look at the options, and they are Celt, Jute, Pict, Saxon, Angle. Bank or risk? Maybe if you choose to bank, you are bound by the question and you must play. Fluffy, Clive, Innes, Matt, Flyboy, Pyro, Kursuken, and Puzzle Dan all choosing to risk on this question. Everyone else's points going into the bank. Samster and Shapes have the bank lead with 30, but we've got Inca, Euro Puzzle Song, Fluffy, and Clive, and Pyro all risking 10, and Inca in particular has already got 20 in the bank, so Inca gets us right. He goes into the lead with 40 points. But let's see if you can circumnavigate this question. Remember, you must give me an answer, and only one is correct for double points. Take a look. Name a child of Elon Musk. Just 3 getting it right. Fluffy, Clive, and Innes finding the correct answer. Saxon. Puzzle Dan going for Celt, Kurstuken for Jute, Pyro Pygmy, and Flyboy going for Angle, Matt also going for Jute there. Saxon was the answer. Elon Musk has fathered at least 14 children, some of which have almost sensible names. The ones that don't include Exa Dark Sidereal, Tau Techno Mechanicus, and of course XAEA12, no pronunciation guide required. This is why you didn't provide me one quiz either. XIA12? I don't know. Guy's a fucking lunatic. There's your F-bomb for the stream. Although he said a word of arguable wisdom. I think Rasheen Connerty made this gag on something. It might have been Have I Got News for You. But he did say any meeting where you can't feed everybody with 2 pizzas has too many people at it in business. Which is a fairly reasonable philosophy. Although, as Rasheen Connerty then said, there's nothing worse than a tight billionaire. We've got a few new people joining us. Innes, Lingo, Jogging, Clayton. Welcome all of you to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Paging Dr. John... I like this loop. I'm paging Dr. John Zhivago to the paediatric ward. That's getting a thumbs up as a potential raid message. Don't forget, if you want to suggest a raid message, you can give me up to 3 at this stream. Hate Saxon Musk, though. I'm not getting into it. It's veering too close to politics. Very well done, Inca, Fluffy, and Clive. Let's put those points into the bank. And Inca does indeed take the lead with 40. We've got Fluffy, Samster, and Shapes all with 30. Clive, Core, JR, Risky Business, Proogs, and Ralph all on 20. Another set of 4 questions coming up, though. 5 options for this next one. 4 of them will be correct. 2 points if you can find one. Clayton, welcome to the stream. I do just in time for this final set of questions in this opening round. Take a look. Options are... Stuart Musk, or Dave Musk. What have we got? Shoe, hat, dress, handbag, and rocking horse are your options. Name an item that appears above a letter on the logo of online marketplace Temu. Sorry, I was distracted by a raid message that came from maybe me, but unfortunately I've got a very special method on here that truncates it. So if it's too long, it truncates and I can't see it. So I've got, if you can't feed a party with 2 pizzas, and then it truncates. And I think your is spelt wrong, so it's probably not going to work. And if it truncates, I've got a soft rule that I'm unlikely to pick it. So I'll try again, ABV. Shoe, dress, handbag, and rocking horse. Having chosen 3 fashion items, a dress above the T, a high-heeled shoe above the M, and a handbag above U, of course they went for a rocking horse above the E, but no hats. Temu. Is it Temu? Not Temu? I don't know. I never said it out loud until just this moment. Super Bowl commercial of the year, and they said Timu. Ah, there you go. I feel vindicated. No, not everyone getting it right, but quite a few people. Certainly the left half. 5 players going for the wrong answer of hat. But still 3 more questions in this set. Let's go on to the next one. 5 options, 3 correct answers. And your options are 3 points if you can find one, by the way. Force. Energy. Pressure. Frequency. Or power. Name a quantity that is measured in an SI unit named after a British scientist. Classic quiz bowl stuff here. Everyone everyone having a go. 3 players incorrect. Shadowbane, Matt, and Clayton. Shadowbane going frequency, Clayton for pressure, and Matt going for pressure as well. It's truncated again, ABB, but I'll try and work out what it says. The SI unit of force is the Newton, named after Englishman Sir Isaac Newton. The SI unit of energy is the Joule, named after English scientist James Joule. And the SI unit of power is the Watt, named in honour of Scotsman James Watt. That's his name, James Watt. It's not James Watt. James Watt? That's a really funny joke, by the way. Everyone should be uproariously laughing at this point. The SI unit of frequency is the Hertz, named after the German physicist Heinrich Rudolf Hertz. Very Germanic name. And the SI unit of pressure is, of course, the Pascal, named in honour of the French polymath Blaise Pascal. Your last got truncated. Very good, very good, very good. So force, energy, and power are the SI units named after British scientists. Well done if you got some points there. Remember, you don't have to play these if you don't want to. You can protect your risk by abstaining. One more opportunity to accrue some, though. 5 options here. 2 of them will be correct, and 5 points if you can give me one of the correct answers. But remember, you don't have to play. Let's take a look at the options. Botswana, Bangladesh, Bulgaria, Belize, or Barbados. Name a country with a capital city beginning with B. A few more abstentions here, can't say I blame you. Tricky question, easy enough to eliminate 1 or 2 of the easier ones. Only one of the easier ones. I think a lot of people probably knew Bulgaria was Sofia. The rest a little trickier, perhaps. Stuttgart and just still going for Bulgaria. Jogging Matt Pruse and AB Me going for Bangladesh. Bangladesh is Dhaka. Dhaka, D-H-A-K-A. And the other one that doesn't begin with B is Botswana. It's Gaborone. And Bulgaria is Sofia, as we said. Barbados is Bridgetown. And Belize is Belmopan. Or Belmopan, possibly. Not one I've come across, actually. I didn't know Belize. But Barbados, Bridgetown. And you are in Barbados. There's that meme-worthy clip. Yes, the full name is Dakar Rally. Very good indeed. Well done if you got some points out of that. A few abstaining to preserve that risk. And let's see if they want to use it on the risk question. Not quite so many players with 10 points of risk going into this question. Mark 2, Flyboy Ben, Claire Shape, Samster, and Fluffy for a nice round 8. That's not a round number. Shut the fuck up, Ben. For 8 players with 10 points of risk. Incrins with 10 points of risk. Bloody hell. Incrins CJ have got 8. Clive, Ralph, Fetz, Dan, Shadowmane, Toucan, Manic, Clayton, Pyro all on 5. JR on 3. Jogging Prug still got 8. Me and Matt. Unfortunately, you won't be able to risk on this question. If you do want to risk, we'll show you the options. One of them will be correct and be worth double points. But if you choose to risk, you are bound by the question and abstention will be treated as wrong. Let's take a look at the final risk question of the round. Options are: more, please, buy, sugar, fun. Bank or risk? If you're having a go at this, Clive, JR, Manic, Samster, Pyro, Clayton, Shapes, Fetz, BC, and Dan, all risking a range of points from 10 down to 3. I suspect it would have been nice if these had come up with please buy more fun sugar. Or please buy more sugar fun. I suspect when this was written it may have been constructed as a sentence, but the game automatically shuffles the answers. So we've got them in a nice random order. More please buy sugar fun. One of those is correct. Let's see if any of you can find the correct answer for double points. Good luck. Here's a question. Name a word that does not make a Billboard Top 10 song when repeated 3 times. This is a clever question. 7 players managing to double up with just JR, Dan, and Fetz going wrong on Fetz, and JR going for please, Dan going for fun. No, I'm afraid Fun was a number 5 hit for the Beach Boys in 1964. Fun, dilly-daddy, that one. More was a number 4 hit for Andrea True Connection in 1976. Bye was, of course, a number 4 hit for NSYNC in 2000. Please was a number 1 hit for Sabrina Carpenter in 2024. No song called Sugar has reached the Billboard Top 10, although Sugar was a Billboard number 1 for the Archies in 1969, which I think is the one that goes, hey, honey, hey, sugar. Is it that one? I think. That was number 1, but only 2 sugars, not 3, unfortunately. And Shades, welcome to the stream. How's the singing competition going? I know you're a fan. What is what? I like that one. If you can't feed a party with 2 pizzas, your pizzas are 2. And it truncates, so I can't see the rest. So I have to turn it down, ABB. Oh, so sad. Hurts. Yes, it does. This message is a nice round 8. What's it to round 8? This round's only got 3 rounds in this game. I've got a few that I've earmarked there. And, I like the fact I can low light and highlight now. Oh, it's very fun. I should show you this sometime. Anyway, everybody, it's time to put that risk into the bank and end the round and check out the scores at the end of round 1. Oh, Shapes, you're here. You're in the game. I didn't even clock that you're in the game. You've just chatted for the first time. Maybe singing are us. Europe's Got Talent is on in the background, maybe. Am I hiding my barely veiled disdain of the Eurovision Song Contest? Brevity is the soul of rape messages. Yes, that is true. That's true. I'll give that a thumbs up. 5 answers and 2 pizzas. A lot of good ones coming in tonight. I'm gonna have a job picking one later on. Anyway, end of the round. Sam and Shapes have got the lead with 50 points. Inco is just behind on 48, and we've got Fluffy on 40, making up the top 3. We then got Ben and Clive on 30. Claire, Ralph, they've both got 25. Corn, Flyboy, and JR, Proogs, and Toot have all got 20. Manic has still got 18. Fetz and Mark, Shadowbane, and Toucan have 15. CJ's got 13. Abe, me, Clayton, and Euro Puzzle Song and Pyro all on 10. And Matt is on 5. But there are still plenty of questions to go, so never fear. I'm going to be back in about 30 seconds. I'm just going to get another lager from next door. So while I'm doing that, why don't I put the rules for the next round on the screen? What a good idea. Stay there, boy. Good. Good puppy. You stayed on the floor like a very good boy. Right, ladies and gentlemen and others, it is time for the board game. Select as many of the 9 presented options as you like within 60 seconds. At least 4 and up to 7 of the answers will be correct. For each correct answer identified, you get 5 risk points. Hooray! However, if you identify even 1 incorrect answer, you score nothing for the board. Boo! It's a bit like the Wipeout finale. Deselect before you reselect and all that jazz. No, it's not. It's not like that at all. What am I on about? That's the Red Herrings finale. Shut up, idiot. Don't know your own format. It's like regular Wipeout. Regular play Wipeout. That's what it's like. Red Herrings finale is the Wipeout finale. So yeah, you select as many as you like, although I will say if you pick all 9 of the options, then you are guaranteed to get 0, because there won't be that many. There'll be at least 4. You don't have to play 4, you could just play 1 if you've no idea and you want to play it safe to get a guaranteed 5 points, but it'll be somewhere between 4 and 7 correct answers, okay? Okay. So, the goal wipeout, yes indeed. Which do I suggest? What do I suggest? I don't understand the question, Clive. Oh, how many answers do you put? I think you should put 9, because you might be able to transcend the rules of the game. No, don't put 9. Why don't you try for 5, because it rhymes with Clive. Clive's going to try for 5 and 25 points. Commit to the bit. No, try for 5. There you go, that's your challenge. I don't know what the question is yet, because I didn't proof this one and it's not on my screen. Shall I have a look? I think we should. Let's take a look at our first board. BC's got to go for 10. Here we go. Junk Junction, Greasy Grove, Muddy Mountains, Dusty Depot, Limitless Lagoon, Wailing Woods, Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, Salty Springs. Identify the real named locations that are featured in Fortnite Battle Royale. Maybe you've got a full minute. You've got a minute to win it. And you can't go back once your answers are submitted. So, we're coming in so far. There's a 4 and a 2 and a 3 and a 2. Lupine going for 7. Shadowmane's gone for 5. Puzzle Dancer's coming in with a 4 there. Toot's gone for 4. So it's nice, I see the logger in advance. I can see who's right and wrong already, which is kind of fun. Any more for any more? Last few seconds. Clayton, Matt. Clayton. Oh, just in the nick of time. Clayton getting 3 and a safe 3 as well. Most players banking out some points there. Shapes and Flyboy, particularly impressive, only going for 2 and managing to find one of the 2 wrong answers up on the board. Muddy Mountains and Limitless Lagoon were incorrect. Oh yeah, you need to press submit. Yeah, sorry Clayton, it's I know there's some hackbox functionality on Ash's side where it will just take them automatically. No, you do need to press the submit button. So yeah, Muddy Mountains, Limitless Lagoon. Quizzle saying, nothing to add here. I made the other 2 up. There is a hazy hillside and a lazy lake, but no Muddy Mountains or Limitless Lagoon. Everything else was a correct answer, and huge congratulations have to go to Ralph, finding all 7 of the correct answers. Have you played it? Have you played it, Ralph? Fortnite Battle Royale. Very well done. Getting all 7. That'll be 35 points going into your bank. Well played. Let's put them in the bank now. And with that, Ralph scoots up to 2nd position. Sam's to solidify the lead on 75. I'll never tell. Inca now in 3rd with 58. Shall we have another one? That was fun. Let's do it again. Here is your 2nd board. Options are Putu, Kakapo, Bongo, Junko, Bonobo, Galago, Turaco, Drongo, Dorado. Identify the birds. I think I did quite well with my pronunciations there, considering how quickly they pop up in this one. Take your time, you've got lots of time. Full minute, have a good think about it. And don't forget the submit button when you are sure. Okay, let's see what we got. I think it's easier to look at the graphics rather than the logger for this. Shadowmane going for 5. Inkatoon Proogs all going for 4. Claire also going for 4. March is going for a safe 1. Quite a few in the middle. 3s and 2s coming in still. Flyboy's had to go at 4. Any more for any more? Ben, Shapes, Clayton, Matt need an answer. Clayton's gone for 4, Matt's gone for 5. Shape's going for 3, and Ben is going for just the 2. Let's see how you did. Most of us getting some points there. Inca and Matt getting the maximum out of that board. And text Limitless Lagoon. Very good. Very well done, Matt and Inca finding all 5 of the birds. There are only 5 up there. Putu, or Putu, Kakapo, Junko, Turaco, and Drongo. I think I knew Kakapo and I knew Drongo. Let me go through my notes here. Kakapo is a New Zealand parrot. The Turaco is a colourful African bird. The Drongo is a black songbird. The Junco is a small bird of the sparrow family. And the Putu is a nocturnal bird of Central America. The Galago is a primate also known as a bush baby. They're very cute, they are. Are they the ones with the enormous eye? Am I thinking of the eye? No, I am thinking of the bush baby. It's a tiny little thing, but it's got big ears or big eyes, one of them. The bonobo is a subspecies of the chimpanzee, which I think most of us probably knew. The bongo is a type of antelope, and the dorado is another name for the mahimahai fish. Oh, there we go. Could have sworn there was a dorado, but I thought Dorado was a place, like El Dorado. It's like a lost city, and plot point of the 2nd Uncharted game? 3rd Uncharted game? One of them, anyway. A couple of people went for Bonobo, actually, having said that. So maybe So yeah, maybe I'll give him more credit to the bonobo, but there's something I heard on QI. There's your QI klaxon. There's 3 different types of monkeys. If you give a camera to 3 different types of monkeys, if you give it to a chimp, it'll smash it because that's a chimp's idea of fun. And if you give a camera to a gorilla, then it will slowly unscrew all the lenses and take out all the screws and just take it apart because that's a gorilla's idea of fun. But if you give it to an orangutan, then it will unscrew everything, take it apart, and then put it back together again because that's an orangutan's idea of fun. I don't know if it's true, but I hope it is. Of course, if you give a camera to a bonobo, they'll just shag each other to decide who gets to keep it. A gorilla's idea of fun. Indeed so, Lupine. Anyway, there you go. There's a little anecdote for you, side anecdote. Let's put those points into the bank. Well done, Matt, banking out 5 points there. Sam's still in the lead. Can now move up to second. Ralph slips down to third. Let's go on to our final board from this board game. Take a look. Options are Bugatti, Dolmio, Cinzano, Lavazza, Monzo, Zara, Zanussi, Prada, Pirelli. Identify the brands that were founded in Italia. So my girlfriend and I have to sing going like that whenever anything Italian is mentioned. Okay, how many are you going to risk here? At least 4 of those are correct. Won't be more than 7. Bonobo shagging on camera. I can confirm my logger is being much smoother, as is the chat. So I've got logger on this side and chat on that side. And the flashing light to alert me that someone has either submitted a raid message or a new chatter is here is a bit smoother. There's still a slight jump on it when a new log comes in, but I think that's to be expected. It's not a major bottleneck. Last couple of seconds, there we go. That's an answer from everybody. I can say there's a lot... Oh, that's an answer from everybody. There's a lot more red on my log this time. Only a smattering managing to grab some points, but well done to 2 managing to find all 5. Drain the maximum out of that board. Italian companies, Lavazza, Zanussi, Prada, Pirelli, and Cinzano. The fashion house Prada, coffee retailer Lavazza, vermouth brand Cinzano, tyre manufacturer Pirelli, and home appliance brand Zanussi, all originated in Italy. Dolmio, which you might know as a pasta sauce, was launched in Australia as Alora and is now a subsidiary of Mars Inc., along with pretty much every foodstuff on the planet. Monzo is an online bank founded in the UK. Zara is a Spanish fashion company. And Bugatti, I really thought was Italian. I knew it was a car manufacturer. What I didn't know is that it was French. So, of course, the Bugatti Veyron. So Veyron isn't a particularly Italian word, but Bugatti does sound quite Italian. Smooth logs. Smooth logs. JL, what you've just suggested as a raid message is just, it's just come through as a square, but it's a pinch fingers. Yeah, I get that. I now know what it is. I don't know if I suggest that as a raid message, I don't know what it'll come out as, but yeah, keep the raid messages coming in, gang. If something amusing happens, don't forget to suggest a raid message. Solomon Dudley, welcome to the game. No drama. You don't have to apologise for being late. Solomon Dudley is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to, of course. Welcome to the stream, Solomon Dudley. Lovely to have you here. Just in time for the final round of Risky Business. So those are your correct answers. Very well done to two managed to pull 25 points out of that board. Let's put them in the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 2. It's like Solomon Dudley was late. That's mean, but I'm also going to highlight it as I kind of like it. Well, at the end of round 2 and things are really heating up, Samster gets into triple figures and has the lead with 105. Inca in second with 93. Toot now in third with 85. But this is still anybody's game because, as you know, there are 120 points up for grabs in the final round, which means it could still be anyone topping at the table. And as we know, Ben has got a history of doing the full 15 in this final round. I think someone else has since done it, but I seem to recall Ben was the first. Probably. Or has maybe done it twice, I don't know. So Ben, I don't know if he's looking to finish on 195. We'll have to wait and see. It's all very exciting, though. And still much to play for. Let's take a look at what's in store for round number 3. Round 3 is this or that. Select the correct answer from the 2 options presented within 7 seconds. No one's that flex. Answering correctly earns you increasingly more risk points. So you get 1 for the first one you get right, then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and so on. Give me a wrong answer, though. At any time, it will reduce your risk points to 0 and it resets your streak. If you abstain from a question, though, it will bank whatever risk you've accumulated, but you then restart from scratch. It's basically a bit like the weakest link, but you're on your own. You're forming your own chain across consecutive questions. So 15 questions in the round, which means if you can get 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, all the way up to 14 and then 15, that's 120 points that you could earn if you can answer 15 50-50 questions correctly. There's only 2 options, so how hard could it be? We'll find out. Good luck to you all. Good luck. I've said that twice now. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Options are Finding Nemo, Finding Neverland. So these is a 2003 Pixar film. 7 seconds, it goes pretty quick. Just jogging, missing out on that one, banking 0 points there because there was no risk to bank. Finding Nemo was the answer. Finding Neverland is a 2004 film starring Johnny Depp as Peter Pan author J.M. Barrie. And I believe I watched that on a plane coming back from or going to Australia in 2004. I didn't think it was very good, but I was only 16 or so at the time. Which is probably why it probably wasn't marketed at me. Other people may have other opinions. Where you found Neverland? Indeed, where I found Neverland. So jogging, banking 0 there. Everyone else getting some risk on the board. Let's go on to the next question. This or that. Question 2. This or that options are dessert, desert. Profiteroles and tiramisu are both types of what? It occurs to me I probably should have just read those both as dessert, which would have been a bit fairer, but yeah, dessert. They're both desserts as opposed to deserts. The profiterole desert and the tiramisu desert. Oh, can you imagine the profiterole desert? Oh, that would be a thing of beauty. That would pudding. Yeah, pudding. Desserts and puddings. I have no notes on that one, but Pyro getting the wrong answer there. Bad luck on that one. Everybody else increasing their risk. Let's reset that question. And we'll go on to the next one. Oh, I need a note. Put Q number in category field during this, that. And to be honest, probably all of RB. Because at the moment, I don't know what question it is. You won't know what question it is until I put it live, and I won't know until it's up there on the graphics. So I should probably have it in the operator. Right, next question, this or that. Options are hexagon, heptagon. Which of these shapes has a prime number of sides? That's a twisted question to put in risky business, with hexagon being the wrong answer.
Shame.
Yeah, heptagons are the bestagons in this in this question, but a sea of green, all of us know that a heptagon has 7 sides and 7 is prime. Hexagons, of course, having 6 and not being prime because it's divisible by both 3 and 2. No dramas there, no histrionics. Let's reset the question and move on to question number 4. This or that options are Monet, Manet, obviously. Edouard was the first name of which of these French painters? Remember, if you want to bank, as a few people have there, you can just leave it blank. Manet, Edouard Manet. Monet's first name was Oscar Claude. Usually, though, just known as Claude. Claude Monet. Still got Matt, Claire, and CJ all banking 6 points of risk there. And Ben and Manic, Shadowmane, Europuzzle Song, Solomon, and Pyro all wiping out on that one, losing substantial risk. Apart from Pyro losing 1 point of risk, everyone else losing 6 points of risk. Oh,
What a shame.
what a shame indeed. Let's reset that question. And we'll move along to question number 5. This or that options are Halle Bailey, Halle Berry, who played Ariel in the 2023 film remake of The Little Mermaid. Halle Bailey was the answer. Halle Berry is perhaps better known as Storm from the X-Men series and various other films as well. Catwoman. I think she won the Golden Raspberry for Catwoman in the same year she won an Oscar for something, possibly Monsters Ball, I want to say. Does that sound about right? Someone who knows more than me about cinema might be able to tell me. Halle, she was also in Die Another Day in Bond. Yes, 2002 Bond film that also had Madonna in it, weirdly. Halle Bailey is the correct answer. Nobody banking there. A couple of wipeouts. Fetz and Proves losing 10 points there. Bad luck. Let's reset that question. And let's see if my hotkey buttons work, because at the moment we're ordered by bank and Sam's got the lead with 105. But if we order by potential, we can see that Ralph is threatening Encroacher. Ralph, Toot, and Inca all with 15 points of risk and a decent bank score. Quite a few with 15, but a little further down in the bank tables. If we look at the actual risk lead, there's still a number of people who have got a perfect score so far. Let's go back to the bank lead. Oh, good, the buttons work. I love it when things work. Right, on we go. Question number 6, this or that options are Queen's Park Rangers, Queen's Park. Which of these soccer teams is based in Glasgow? It's Queen's Park. QPR, as Queen's Park Rangers are colloquially known, play their home games in London. And when I last had a Premier League sticker book, QPR were in the Premier League. I don't believe they are anymore. But they're also based in London, not in Glasgow. Stilgar banking 1 there, as is Dan and CJ. We've got Clayton, Samster, Kirstuken, and Flyboy all banking 15 on that one. Very well played. We'll put that in the bank. And we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players with the maximum risk streak of 21. Let's put the points into the bank. So Sam, still with the bank lead, but now he's rebuilding from 1. Could be an opportunity for Inca and Toot and possibly even Ralph to capitalise on their risk advantage. Let's see what the next question brings. Question number 6, this or that options are Slovakia, Slovenia. Which of these countries has a short coastline on the Adriatic Sea? Slovenia, of course. I wax lyrical about this anytime Slovenia comes up in a question. It is one of my favourite countries in Europe. And I actually went to that coastline on the Adriatic Sea. At least I'm fairly sure it was that coastline. I went to a place called Piran, which was on the Slovenian coast. It's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful country. Salt mines are good. I went to Ljubljana as well, the capital. Highly recommend it if you're looking for somewhere a bit different to go on holiday. And yes, Slovenia's got a coastline of 47 kilometres on the Adriatic Sea, whereas Slovakia is landlocked. Yes, short but beautiful coastline. There's a bank coming in from JR, banking 21 points. Not going to risk any more than that. We'll add that to your bank score. To Ralph and Clive, who were 3 of the ones we wanted to keep an eye on, have just lost 21 points worth of risk. Very bad luck, you guys. I'm afraid you're going to have to restart building from 1. All eyes now on the top 4 players. AB, Me, Shapes, Fluffy, and Ink are certainly top in terms of risk. 28 points of risk, the maximum at this point, after answering 7 questions correctly. Inca's got the biggest advantage because he has got a chonky bank to back up his risk. Can he hang on to it? We will find out. Let's put the points into the bank. Sam's still with that bank lead, but yeah, Inca's going to be the one to watch. Fluffy Bunny, keep an eye on them as well, and Shapes as well. They look further down on the bank lead, but they have got that risk streak going for them as we move on to question number 8. This or that options are Radium, Radon. Which of these elements was discovered by Marie and Pierre Curie? It's the second time in as many streams that the Curies have graced us with their presence. It was radium, not radon. Solomon banking at 3 points there. Everyone else giving me the correct answer. Yeah, the Curies also discovered polonium. Radon was discovered by Ernest Rutherford and Robert Owens in 1899 and isolated 11 years later. It was radium the thing that they used to sell to dentists so that you could paint your teeth so they glowed in the dark. Was that radium? That sounds like the sort of thing you'd have done in the late 19th century if you were bored one afternoon. Oh, look, I'm going to paint my teeth. Oh, they glow in the dark. Oh, God. Dead. Because that's how radiation poisoning works. Heptacons are the Peptacons. That's very good. Very good, Lingo. Claire, welcome to the stream. I don't know when you chatted, but there's just a note saying you've chatted. So welcome on in. I know you've been here a while. Let's put that risk into the bank for you, Solomon Dudley, and we'll move on to question number 9. This or that. Options are... Saying dead when you die. Benny King. BB King. Stand By Me was a 1961 hit for which of these musicians? It was Ben E. King. Of course it was. Saying dead when you die. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it, Jerry? Yeah, blah, 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 dead. Yeah, Ben E. King. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon, it's the only light we see. I can't really do the bass and the melody at the same time. Neither should I attempt to, I hear everybody cry. Pyro banking 10 there, as is Shadowmane. Manic banking 6, Curse Toucan and CJ banking 3. Couple of wipeouts there. Still got 4 players with a maximum of 45 points after 9 questions. Let's put the points into the bank. That's our Pitch Perfect 4. You know it. The E stands for Elton. As long as it doesn't stand for Elon. Ben Elon King. Oh, God. I would say Elon King. Bloody hell. What have I started? I'm going to move on to the next question rapidly. Question number 10. This or that. Options are... The Good Life. The Good Wife. Which of these TV series ran for the most episodes? Oh, Inca! Calamity! Inca's gone for the answer and he's found the wrong one. He's lost his 45, as has Shapes. Disaster for both players. After 10 questions, they've finally dropped the ball and they've lost 45 points worth of risk.
What a shame.
It is a shame. It's The Good Wife. Ran for 7 seasons and 156 episodes from 2009 to 2016. The Good Life, conversely, ran for 4 seasons and just 30 episodes from 1975 to 1978. Oh, terrific sadness. Fluffy, though, is not losing 45 points of risk. Fluffy is putting 45 points of risk into the bank. Oh, Inca and Shapes, you could have just done the same and had such joy. Oh, never mind. Matt and Flyboy also banking 6. Arden Fets and Puzzle Dan banking 3 there. AB Me is the only player to have gotten every question right so far, and they are now the ones to watch. Despite only having 30 points in their bank, they've now got almost twice as much risk as they have banked, and of course are going to be amassing further points at an increasingly fast rate. Can they capitalise on this advantage? We will see. As we have reached a set of 5, Sam has still got the bank lead by 20 points. Fluffy just behind on 100. Inca behind that on 93, but not much risk in sight. Sam has actually an advantage with those 10 points of risk. Claire, let's keep an eye on her as well, because 21 points of risk with 5 questions to go could still turn into a very happy ending. But all the way on the right-hand side, the second bottom in terms of bank score, AB Me only has 30 in the bank, but let's see where they go when we order by potential. Currently sitting in 5th place if they were to bank on the next question. But if they keep building, the next question, they'll go up to 66 points, and then 78, and then 81, and potentially all the way up to 120. Lot to play for. AB Me be jumping right next to PC. So rub it in. All the risk, none of the reward. Absolutely. Right, we've got 5 more questions. Let's go to question number 11. This or that, options are... Margarita. Margarita. Which of these is a cocktail and not a pizza? AB Me continues his assault on everyone's risk. Jogging, no! You've just lost 45 points of risk.
What a shame.
You're another one we could maybe have kept an eye on. Oh, dearie me, no. Jogging. Calamity. Pyro's banking a single point, slow and steady. All helps. Every little helps. And Claire getting that one right, taking her up to 28 points worth of risk. AB Me could have become the favourite at this point with a potential score of 96 points and still 4 questions to go. It's Margarita, incidentally, as opposed to Margarita. The one with an H and an E in the middle is a pizza, a cheesy pizza, whereas Margarita with an A end in the middle, just an A, is the cocktail. Let's reset that question. Oh, this is too close to call. It's too close to call as we go to question number 12. This or that, options are metacarpals, metatarsals. Which of these bones are found in the hand? Speaking of hours at the gym jogging. This is a sort of gym-related question. Yeah, your hand, your metacarpals, where we get the expression carpal tunnel. If you've got carpal tunnel, which you can develop from repetitive strain. Carpal tunnel syndrome, of course, affects the wrist, and the metatarsals are found in the foot. It's a bone, the metatarsals on top of the feet, which is running. Running has come in useful. I went for a run tonight. Went for a 3-miler after work. It was very nice. Very nice. Anyone else do? I encourage everyone to get out, do a bit of running. Not fast, just nice, gentle little 5k. It's good for you. I'm discovering it's actually being really beneficial for me, both physically and mentally. So I make no apology for banging its drum. Bad luck, Shadowmane, getting that wrong. Everyone else getting a correct answer. And AB Me continues to climb now into a potential score of 3 figures. My knees forbid it. What's in the sun at an outdoor plunge? It's like, I'll take that. I'll allow it. That was a very interesting noise I just made then, incidentally. Right, how many questions have we got left? 3, probably? I really need to debug the numbers, don't I? Right, and I keep looking at the chat over there, despite the fact I've got a chat there. I think I prefer the colours up there. Do it again. So let's see. Have to go watch the VOD, Clive. I think we've got 3 questions to go. Sam's still got the bank lead, and he's not got an insurmountable amount of, not got a small amount of risk either, 21. Let's see what happens as we go to this next question. I think it's question number 13. This or that options are the outsider, the insider. Which of these is the title of a 2018 Stephen King novel? Oh no, ABB! Absolute scenes! AB Me! It warrants that button. Scheisse indeed. It's not that one, AB Me. It's The Outsider. It was adapted into an HBO miniseries in 2020. Oh, absolute carnage. We were right prepared for you to do the upset and go the whole hog, but alas, not to be. You lose 78 points worth of risk and go back down to 30 in the bank. Oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
Indeed, thank you, JC Dadson. JR, on the other hand, putting 15 in the bank. Claire's banking 36. We'll see if that's enough to get her up towards the upper echelons of the board by the end of the game with 2 questions to go. Curtis Duke and Manic banking 6, and Lupine banking 3. Let's put them all into the bank. And indeed, Claire comes up to 4th place, just a single point behind Inca. Who's that? What a shame, because it's JC Denton from Deus Ex. When we have a break, I could possibly show you that clip. But yeah, there's a scene. Yeah, it's a scene where you can shoot this woman's father, and then she goes, "Oh, Daddy," and then he just goes, "What a shame. He was an honourable man, even if you've killed him." Even if you've unalived him. Yeah, JC Denton from Deus Ex, one of the greatest video games ever made. And that is a hill I'm prepared to die on. 2 questions to go. Fluffy's got 100 in the bank. Samson's got 120 in the bank and 28 of risk. Toot's got 85 in the bank and 21 of risk. There's a few other big risk scores, but I don't think with only 2 questions to go there's any danger of encroaching on Sam. Unless he goes all hubristic and decides to risk all the way, and someone pips him at the post. Interesting battle on for third place, though, at the moment between Inca and Claire. Just a point separated them and no risk for either of them. But, of course, Toot could upset them all because he's got 21 points worth of risk, a potential of 106. With 2 questions left, let's see what happens as we go to question number 14. This or that. Options are... Leto. Leda. In Greek myth, who is the mother of Apollo and Artemis? Inca and Claire in lockstep, both getting that one wrong, and Sam is calling it quits. He's sticking his 28 into the bank, and I think, Sam, that is going to be enough to get you your gold medal. Very well played. It's Leto, as in Jared, as opposed to Leda. I have no more notes on that question. And my Greek myth is not quite as up as it should be. Both my cats are named Apollo and Artemis. Well, both of them are named Apollo and Artemis, or one of them's called what each. Those are good names for cats, by the way, Apollo and Artemis. Is it Artemis or Artemis? But one each. So that I suppose makes more sense. Apollo and Artemis, and Apollo and Artemis. That would be that. I think that would be confusing, both for them and for you. Let's put the points into the bank. We've got Sam putting his 28 in, and Dan and Matt putting 6 in. I think that is going to be game 2. Has an opportunity to take a silver medal off Fluffy Bunny, which would leave Fluffy Bunny with the bronze. All it would take would be a mistake from Toot to deny Inca the bronze medal. Of course, Ben could also capitalise if Inca makes a mistake. Ben could capitalise and overtake and jump into the silver position as well. And actually, Inca might even be pushed out if Ben can get up to the bronze position. If Toot gets to silver and Ben gets to bronze. Should I just order by potential rather than just trying to work all of this out? That's the result if everyone banks on the next question. Sam's to 2 and Ben in 1, 2 and 3. That would be the result if everyone banked, but there is one still question, so there is one still question? There is still one question. So it is still in a state of flux. Let's see what it brings. Question number 15. This or that. Options are Rhine, Rhone. Which of these rivers flows into the North Sea? Toot's taking the risk. Ben is banking out. It's the Rhine. Oh, my notes are a Britannica link. Is that a data error or is that a writer error? It's fine. It's a data error. The Rhone flows into the Mediterranean. Is what I'm seeing from my citation, from my notes here. Yes, the host notes went into the the host notes went into the citation box, and the citation into the host notes box. Whoopsie poopsie. Which is why my notes say Britannica.com/place/Rhine-river and the other one. Ben's not even touching it. I don't blame you, Ben. Sticking 28 points in the bank. CJ sticking 15 and Shadowmane sticking 1 in. And any unbanked points will be banked once we reset this question. And it does mean I think Ben's going to take the bronze too. He's going to take the silver. But the winner, I'm fairly sure, is going to be Sam. Shall we find out? Ben only just taking the bronze, just eking ahead of Fluffy Bunny, who was pushed down into 4th place with 101. Inca has to settle for 5th with 94. Claire almost getting in there. A bit of a battle at the end, but there was just too much risk at play, finishing on 92. And our medalists for Risky Business tonight, Ben finishing in 3rd place with 103, takes the bronze medal. Toot in 2nd place takes the silver with 121, but a fantastic score from Samster there. Gold medalist and champion of Risky Business tonight with 149 points. Great game, all of you, and fantastic. It's really good. 149 is a banging score there, Sam, so very, very well played. Well-deserved gold medal for you. And of course, all of those points will be translated into pennies, which should be displaying on your app. If not now, it'll be when I press the roll credits queue in just a minute. So many thanks to Quizzle for providing that pack, and in absentia to Topper One Gaming as well for proofing it. I think Topper's with the Eurovision tonight, so it's possibly why he picked up proofing that one. But many thanks indeed to both writer and proofer for some lovely work, lovely questions there, and it's given us a great fun game. I hope you have all enjoyed it as well. I'm going to roll the credits, and then I'm going to put some adverts on. So if you're not subscribed, you'll see about 3 minutes of adverts. Is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes? Someone tell me in the chat in a minute. But when we come back, we'll be playing DangerZone as written by this evening's Crossfire champion and Bubble player on Risky Business, just missing out on a medal. Fluffy Bunny has written Danger Zone for us, and it's been proved by Inca, who finished in 5th. So Fluffy and Inca next to each other in a sort of writing partnership, which is great. So yeah, so adverts coming up. It is 3, is it, Clayton? Cool, thank you. Of course, you can avoid adverts if you don't want to see adverts and you want access to all of the subscriber emotes by subscribing. Though, of course, you don't have to, and I'm trying not to sell out for subs at this point. But if you'd rather not see adverts and listen to some cool pretzel funk, then subscription button is down there if you'd like, and your support is always very much appreciated. So credits, then ad break, and when we return it will be Danger Zone as written by Fluffy. I hope you'll come and join me for that. Thank you again to Quizzle, and congratulations to Samster, our Risky Business champion. See you in a minute.
Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo wop shawong wop shawody 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 wop shoobity wop me oobity wopity oo wop shawong wop shawody 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 wop shawong wop shawong shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo ba-doo now.
And Clayton, I've just not replied to you in Discord with what I was supposed to reply, but then I did do a reply. Anyway, thanks again to Quizzle for that lovely pack and to Topper for proofing it. Congrats to Sam. Adverts coming in shortly. I'll put a bonus message into the chat in just a minute. So if you want to claim some extra pennies, that would be most lovely of you. And yeah, when we return, we're going to be playing Danger Zone. So take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, get some more snacks, get some more drinks. Make sure you're staying hydrated, very important. And I'll see you for even more quiz in just a few minutes' time. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. I need to kill the current game actually, because I was going to I was going to show you what happens if I try and suggest the room code when there's no game running, because that's quite funny. Hang on, if I press the room code button. Oh, what? No, that's not what it's supposed to say. Shit, that's wrong. That's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Oh. What's going on there? It's not dot. Do not lie to me. Hang on, let me go look at a script and see what I've done. What's that in? Is it in Twitch Manager? Twitch Chat Manager, I think. Out of bounds, permanent, Twitch Chat Panel, Twitch Chat Manager. Is room code full stop? Yeah. I thought I put the room code is always dot. Aye, that it is. Right, let's get my IDE up. If I equals 7 and string dot is null or empty, launch manager dot get dot current room code. Oh, well, I'm off by 1, aren't I? Alright, hang on, I might be able to show you this, but I need to make sure I put it back afterwards. Oh no, I don't, otherwise I'm going to get an out of range exception, which I really don't want. Oh, alright. I'll just type it in the chat. It should be, the bot would say that, which is less exciting now that I've done it, but yeah, that's the error I should have had, but I was off by, it's an off by 1 error in the code. Rather annoyingly. Yeah, so but unfortunately I is not 7 when it goes into that function. I is 6, and so it tries to print the room code, which obviously doesn't exist, and it just replaces the bit in braces with nothing because it is an empty string. Yeah, anyway, that's fine. I now need to actually launch DangerZone, don't I? Right then. Things what I need to say to all of y'all. Let me just get into the room first of all, so we're ready to go. Join, basic config, select question data, fluffy, send to build, hide and go to control. Right, so I'm back now. Had a last weekend off, and yeah, sauntered on up to my parents on the Friday night. Drank far too much on the Friday night. Found a different park run and ran through the hangover. Went to my brother's baby shower. There was a quiz. We won one of them. The two that we didn't win were because they were guest specific. Like, who is this baby? Who is this picture of a baby? Who is a guest here? And then the second quiz was specific questions about my brother and his girlfriend, which I probably should have done better on. But it's about their recent life, and we don't. You know, we don't keep in touch as much as perhaps we could or should. And then the last one was who is this celebrity baby, which we did win, which was kind of fun. But it was a long drive back down. But I'm back now for the rest of the season. There's no more scheduled gaps in the season. So Thursdays and Saturdays from here until the end of June, we will be having game night. And in the most immediate future, we've got this Saturday, which again might be a little bit slightly more limited in terms of audience due to the Europe's Got Talent, or whatever the bloody hell the song competition is. We've got Battlefront to begin, we've then got Distinction, and we have then got Data Leak. Battlefront is by Sam. Oh, Lewis, I don't know if Lewis is here tonight. Lewis is down to proof that. Sam has submitted it. I just haven't brought it in yet, so that will get proofed at some point. We've then got Distinction by Proogs, which is all ready and done by Topper, and then Data Leak by JR, who I need to give special commendation to because he submitted it in the old template about a day before I published the new template, and then he painstakingly went through and copy and pasted it into the new one, which is very kind of him. It's going to save me a whole buttload of time, so thank you for doing that, JR, and I will proof that at some point between now and Saturday night and get back to you with any feedback. I've had a glance at it. It looks pretty solid to me, so yeah, look forward to playing that out. So yeah, we had Data Leak last Thursday, so a couple of Data Leaks quite close to. Sometimes, you know, putting a schedule together, I try, for anyone who's interested, I try and make it so that no two streams in the season have exactly the same headline games, because there's generally 2 headline games per stream. I try and make it so that there are no 2 streams that have, for example, Distinction and The Purge will only happen once. You'll have Distinction with something else, and you have The Purge with something else. But yeah, but sometimes that, and also it's got to spread writers out, and we were slightly short on writers this season, or there's a slightly more limited pool of writers this season. So yeah, schedule's just fallen that we've got 2 data leaks in quite close proximity to it. So those are the 3 metrics. Spread it out for writers, try not to have any 2 repeated streams, and try not to have 2 games too close together. So yeah, and that's the least prioritous, which should probably be the non-repeating ones, to be honest, but yeah. Anyway, that's Saturday, 17th of May, Battlefront Distinction Data League. Next Thursday, we've got one of 2 bidding wars this season. That one's going to be by Samster. There's then a hacker pack that's been written by me, I think, and Spotlight, which is by a bit of everyone. So that's next Thursday, the 22nd of May. Bidding War, Hacker, and Spotlight. Some dates for your diary. 7th of June, which is a few Saturdays' time. I'll do my annual conflab with HUD601, who is a... who I should probably shout out. He's often here. He's streaming at the moment, and if he's still streaming later on, we might go and raid him. But he's a good egg, is HUD601. This will be our fifth collab stream. He always raises money for Bristol Pride in Pride Month. And last year we tend to do something mad on his channel, usually something Sonic based, and then something quiz based on my side of things. So that's falling on the Saturday this year. We've got a very special stream with Crossfire, Moneybox, and Spotlight, with very special Moneybox and Spotlight questions planned for that. And on his side of things, no idea, but it'll be mad, probably. Also, the Switcheroo week is creeping up as well. Week beginning the 18th of June. Well, it's week beginning, whatever the beginning of that week is, probably the 16th of June, but 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st of June. I'm going to be in Conflab with Ash the Bash. Yeah, special Spotlight episode on the 7th of June with very specific trivia, because of course we have a little bit of a Sonic video games thing, because we get cross communities. We get a lot of people from HUD's community to come over here, and obviously we go over to HUD's as well. So there's a bit of crossover, and so the questions tend to reflect that. On the 7th of June. But yeah, there's 2 streams on Ashes on the Wednesday and the Friday, the 18th and 20th of June, which are currently penned as mystery streams. We've then got the 19th of June, Bidding War, Money Box, and The Purge, and on the 21st of June, the Music Quiz Live 4, I think. So Ash and I are going to be working in cahoots all that week. It's going to be an enormous amount of fun, so do make sure you mark your diaries. It's post-Duel Season 5 and coming into the sort of denouement of Season 18. So do hope you'll come and join us for those. That's about all I've got in terms of continuity. But not announced yet. What's not announced yet? Have I missed part of the chat? Dot. Oh, the room code. Yes, the room code being Dot. No, I haven't announced the room code yet because I haven't actually run the titles, which I'm about to do, because we are about to take a highway to... Yes, it's time for Danger Zone. It's been written by Fluffy Bunny and it's been proofed by Inca. Very many thanks to both of them. Devices ready. You will need the Unicom for this, and you'll need the room code, which will appear on the graphics in just a moment. Hope you'll... it is a banger. It is a banger. We can have it without the audio as well. Thank you to G. Isons for providing that backing trackless clip. Hope you're ready to play on your Universal Controller devices. It is time to take the highway to the Danger Zone. Danger Zone. That was written by Fluffy Bunny, and MKT is the code that you need. There it is in the chat for you as well. Cute cats, Clayton. Very pretty cats. I think the thing is, I think they know they're pretty. Certainly the white one. The white one that gives off the air of I know how pretty I am. I like Eurovision, but game night is better. That's definitely getting a tick, Bruce. The room code is always dot. Braille room code for the win. Bringing you quiz since the year. Oh, I might have to start filtering out some of these. Because there's too many good ones. I'm going to start being a bit more ruthless with these raid messages. Come join the game while I filter out more raid messages. That's how I don't know what that was going to the JR, the one where you've just done that, because it's just a square on mine, and I don't know how it's stored it internally. I think it probably has stored the emoji, but I can't be sure. So if I pick it as a raid message, then and I can't test it because it'll disable all my other raids, I think. Can I just do that? I can just do that. Right. Right. I've got it down. I've gone down a bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've now got 9 raid messages. Oh, that'd be a useful thing to have, wouldn't it? Oh, no, because it's all filters. I'm not sure I can be asked, actually. Anyway, how many of you have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22 of you in so far. I could have just looked at the graphics and seen the number of counting players in the logger. I believe in Ben Lafbury. I don't know what that's a reference to, but it sounds like something I should know what it's a reference to. This is a game that does have anytime entry, but you would be best advised to get in before the lobby locks. Oh, him. Yeah. I do remember Joe Hendry. You'd be best advised to get in before the lobby locks for this game, because once we've cleared round 1, you will only be able to play in the background game rather than in the main game. So pop yourself into the game if you want to come and play some DangerZone. No, I haven't watched The Devil's Plan. I've heard a few people waxing lyrical about it. Score Count, I think, is one of its greatest champions. There are so many shows that I need to catch up on. And to be completely honest, one of the problems I find now is because my life is pretty much enveloped in the world of quiz and game shows, both my day job and my sort of main hobby, i.e. this, is all making game shows and making television. Actually, some of the time, it's like one of the last things I want to do sometimes come the end of the day is actually have more quiz. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's fun. And there's some shows that will always be good. I try and make an effort to watch Only Connect, particularly if there's people I know on it. I try and watch stuff that I've been involved in, so I am anticipating watching a lot of Richard Osman's House of Games on the next series. I've been working on that in the last couple of weeks. And there's a new show coming out soon, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. The show has been announced, but I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say that was me. I feel like I'm going to err on the side of caution. I mean, yes, we haven't made Gladiators 27. We haven't made Gladiators 25 yet. Hang on. Oh, Gladiators 20. No, Gladiators 26. That's recording in the summer. I think it's in the school summer holidays. I think. I don't know if that's public knowledge. So if it's not, whoops. But yeah, I am. I'll be involved in that. But when it aired, I mean, yeah, when it's aired, it's all fine. That's a lot of people. I'm not saying which one. I mean, people will probably be able to work it out based on when I was, when I said I was away with work. There's, if you're desperate to find out, you could probably work it out by looking up some press releases. But anyway, that's enough chat about work. It's been a long couple of weeks actually, and there's more to do tomorrow. Oh, hello at 6:01. I see what's happening. Are you still streaming? Are you about to end streaming before I log this lobby? Hold on to your butts. HUD 601 might be about to do a thing. There we go. HUD 601, welcome, and Raiders. I want cookies and a 90-minute cut of Avatar. Cinema. Absolutely. Welcome on in, Raiders. And the Ukuleleist. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome on in, Huds and Zeebs, Master of Puns, a name so long it's gone over the line of the mesh. The Ukuleleist, Caught Out Red, the Akoma, Shiny Zangsu, Sonic Anim, Clone Fighter, Delta the Techie, 666. Welcome everyone from HUD 601. How was stream, my dude? How were you dream teaming tonight? I gave him a little shout out before. Let's give him a proper one. You were Big the Dave with the Mr. Blobby avatar. Welcome, emote. Welcome on in. Very well timed raid. Brainstorm. There we go. Perfect time for quiz. Different part of the brain. So as I was just saying to my guys, HUD 601 and I have got a collab stream on the 7th of June where we'll be doing some stuff over on his channel and then some stuff over here. He's going to be live. Well, I'm going to be live with him to start and then he's going to be live with me. And we've got absolutely no idea what we're doing on his side of things because HUDs doesn't only respond to DMs very selectively or if things are on fire. So stuff and things are going to be happening, but you should definitely all go give him a follow because he's a very wholesome guy. Twitch partner as well, so we're very honoured that he's sharing his community with me. And thank you very much for trusting your guys over. Welcome on in, guys. I know I sort of know you as well from HUD's side of things, but yes, you do, Clone Fighter. You've got to type this to confirm your account. Indeed, you do. Mixer Lydia, thank you for the happy anniversary raid and welcome into the stream. Anyone else want to play? You need the Universal Controller, which is right there, and you need the room code, which is there. Since we just had a big raid, I appreciate your patience, everybody. We're going to give it a couple of minutes just before we lock this lobby because this is a get in at the front. So if you do want to come and play some quiz, everybody, now is your opportunity to get the Universal Controller. Fallen Angel, welcome on in. It is good fun. Thank you for the Nico hot nod. Player WM86, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the good wishes. Yeah, Danger Zone is pretty pick up and play. It's multiple choice, and the idea is to stay out of the Danger Zone. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Get the multiple choice question right. If you like a bit of quiz, even if you don't like a bit of quiz, you might have some fun and make some friends along the way. So do give it a go. Give it one more minute, and then we will get going because we're already at 10:05 at this point. Welcome on in, HUD 601. He's going to exercise that other part of the brain. No, it makes. You know it makes sense. You know it makes sense. Welcome on in Akoma. And yeah, there's a little bit of verification that you have to do. It just ties up your penny bank account to your avatar so it knows who to give pennies to, which is the internal channel currency for those of you who don't know. And of course, medals if you finish in the top 3 or at the top of the lobby game. Right, 20 seconds. Welcome on in, Big the D. Oh, Big the D. Ah! Big the D. Because of course it truncates the name. So you are now Big the D. That's an unfortunate truncation, that is. Incidentally, anyone who has just joined us, you can also suggest a raid message if anything amusing happens. Whatever the raid message is, could be something funny that's happened over the course of the stream. Hashtag Big the D comes in as a suggestion. Do I dot or do I dash? That is the question. Big the D. I mean, Big the D. HUDs has already claimed that one. But, right, I think we should get on with this game. You can still join as long as you join before the end of round 1. You'll still be in with the main part of the game. But I think with 28 players in, it is time to get on with the quiz. Questions provided by Fluffy Bunny and proofed by Inca. Good luck to you all. Let's play. And we start, as we always do, with category number 1, which is... blank in blank. Okay, why did my instructions take a minute to appear on the screen? I do not know. Blank in blank, 5 questions this round. Multiplying will double your points for the question. Nerfing in this round will earn you 14 points. You may use either help once this round, but not both. And all questions or answers will contain a phrase in the form blank in blank. So if there's next to each answer, there is a ×2 button, which will give you double points if you are correct. And nerf will get rid of the question and just give you a flat rate of 14 points, half the number of players rounded down. For everyone else, if you are correct and you're first, you will get 29 points, the number of players in the game. Next will get 28, next will get 27. It's a bit like Kahoot rules, except a little bit more discreet rather than continuous. Kahoot's a little bit more woolly. So if you get it wrong, of course, no points. Hopefully that all makes sense. Basically, get the questions right and be fast. And you can only use one help or the other. You can either multiply or nerf. You cannot do both. And of course, yes, thank you for clarifying that, Hudson. Possibly a reminder for some of my lot as well. Googling is absolutely against the rules. There are safety checks and team members who basically... We know. We've been doing this. Members of the C5 enforcement team have been around long enough to spot suspicious patterns, and there may or may not also be technical things that report back to me if certain things happen. So please don't Google it. Just spoils the fun for everyone. Keep it clean, keep it friendly, and keep it not cheating. Would be grand. So every now and then I should probably say something like that. Right, blank in blank is round number 1. If you're ready to play, fingers on devices. Let's play Danger Zone. Yeah. There's the button. All right then, here's our first question. Put a tiger in your tank was an iconic advertising slogan for which petrol station brand? Texaco, Esso, BP or Shell? And that is time. The correct answer was Esso. Esso. I have no notes on that one. Our top 5 fastest answers. Shapes was first in 1.84 seconds. Clive second in 1.97. Mark in third. Lupine was fourth, and Stilgart was fifth. All of them in under 3 seconds. Clive, Mark, and Lupine also multiplying on that one, as did Matt the Sprat. Mark, Matt, Clive, and Lupine all multiplying, and the ukulele is nerfing for the flat rate of 14. I love this debugger. It works so much better. Esso was the answer. Let's reorder the board. Okay, we have an orange danger zone, which means we have a tie in the danger zone. We must resolve that tie before the end of the round, which is after 5 questions, because the players in the danger zone at the end of the round will be eliminated. Everyone in the danger zone has still got helps, though, so you can either nerf or multiply, but get out of that danger zone before the end of question 5. Let's go on to question number 2. Yeah, there's a timer. Clovire. Who wrote the 1983 hit Islands in the Stream that was performed by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, the Bee Gees, Willie Nelson, Jim Valance, or Linda Ronstadt? And that is time. Correct answer was the Bee Gees. Mark, are you asking the ukuleleist if they switch from bassoon to uke? I think the bassoonist might be a different person from the ukulele. We've got a ukuleleist. We've got a member in this community called the bassoonist. I think Mark's wondering if you are possibly the same person. I think you're probably different people. The Bee Gees was the answer there. Shapes again fastest. Prug second. Jogging third. TVP was fourth. And ukuleleist was fifth. No multipliers there. But nerfs coming in from Stilgart, Manic, Flyboy, Huds, and Viacoma for the flat rate of 14 points. Remember, you can use either help once, but you cannot use both. Let's reset that question and reorder the board. Still got an orange danger zone. Still a handful of players yet to score. Still time to get out of it, though. Shapes now at the top. Clive in second. Mark in third. As we go to question number 3, take a look. Published in 2022, Lessons in Chemistry is the debut novel of which writer? Ashley Flowers, Bonnie Garmus, Shelby Van Pelt, or Carly Fortune? BC, something I actually learned this week. And no surprises, you were first. and fastest, and with a multiplier. BC picking up 58 points, answering in 1.77 seconds. Bonnie Garmus was the answer. All named authors released debut novels in 2022, is what my notes say. Solomon Dudley was second, Shadowmane was third, Shapes was fourth, Pyro was fifth. BC, the only player to multiply there. Fett, Dan, Clone Fighter, Fallen Angel, and Big the Dave using up their nerf there for the flat rate of 14. Let's reorder the board. We have now got a standard Danger Zone size, which means the Danger Zone has now gone red. And the 6 players currently in the Danger Zone: CJ, Dan JR Zone, Clone, Fetz, ABM, and Clayton. If you're still in the Danger Zone at the end of the round, you will be eliminated, but you have still got your helps available. Well, all of you except for Clone and Fetz. Shape still at the top, Ben now in second, Clive in third. DangerZone, very good, very good. On we go, question number 4, take a look at this. Oof. See this question. How many standard bottles of champagne are contained in a Balthazar? 8, 20, 12, or 16? That's a tough one. Tough one there. Has my log stopped? Okay, we may have a problem. My log appears to have disconnected, so we're going to test the reconnection stuff. If I can actually progress gameplay. I might not be able to. Depends what I've done with the build. The answer was 16. 16 in a Balthazar. There's 8 in a Methuselah, 12 in a Salamanazar, and 20 in a Nebuchadnezzar. Please tell me I fixed the thing on this and I can still progress the gameplay. Yes, I can. And the controller's come back. Excellent. I can't tell you who is fastest because there was a drop. But great success for 2 reasons. Number 1, I pressed the graphics progress gameplay and it allowed me to progress it. Some builds don't let me do that because of a bug that I've left in the builds. And also, the operator has now come back to life and I can click the button. So hooray for reconnection logic. Yes, I've got to test it. Yes, it works. This is a great victory for me. Thank you for indulging me. There is one more question this round. I can't tell you who was fastest because he can code. He can. Great success. Unfortunately, yes, I missed the logs for that, so I won't be able to tell you who was fastest. But I can tell you, Shapes is in the lead, and still with the help available. Mark is in second by just a point behind, and Manicked is in third with 78. We have got a tie in the Danger Zone. ABM and Shadow on the same score. We must resolve that before the end of the next question, or we will go to a tiebreaker. Let's go on and see if this works with question number 5. Fingers crossed. Get in. What idiom usually refers to something that is bought or accepted without first being seen or assessed? A pig in a poke, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a cuckoo in the nest, a snake in the grass. Use your helps or lose them, by the way. Something I should have mentioned, use your helps or lose them because they are refreshed at the start of each round. So if you don't use it, and you are eliminated, you'll feel silly. If you don't use it, and if you use it and get through, you get it back next round anyway. So make sure you do use those nerfs at some point in the round. I've got some stats this time. Excellent. The answer is a pig in a poke. Fun fact. Way back when, in the first, one of the first face-offs, the celebrity face-off in one of the early charity streams with Lucy Porter, Tom Scott, Dan Peake, and Paul Farrer, one of the questions was this: to buy something quickly without assessing it is called a pig in a what? And it came to Dan Peake and he said China shop, a pig in a China shop, which was meme-worthy enough that I actually built an entire format devised around the idea of a pig in a China shop, which we don't play anymore, but I should dig out at some point. Victories in a game night. Indeed so. Thank you for that message, CJ Binks. Can tell you Mark was fastest there, Lupine second, Clayton was third, Big the Dave was fourth, and Kurstuken was fifth. Clayton and Kurstuken both multiplying on that one. Pyro and Shapes also multiplying there, but unfortunately incorrect. And nerfs coming in from ABM, Prug, Solomon Dudley, Shadowmane, and TVP. Let's reorder the board and see who's in the Danger Zone. We've got a standard Danger Zone size, so no tiebreakers necessary. But at the end of that round, Toucan finishes on top with 116, Mark in second with 112, and Manic in third with 99. You three will get a little boost going into next round, and everyone else's scores will be reset to 0. But Toucan, Mark, and Manic, you will be joined in round 2 by Shapes, Big the D, Ben, Ralph, Matt, Solomon, Pyro, the cool Claire, Clive, Prudes, Clayton, Flyboy, Avimi, Dive, Shadow, Fett, Marcini, Stilgar, and CJ. Very well done, you. We will see you in round 2. Unfortunately, though, we have to say goodbye to the 6 players who are in the Danger Zone. Clone, DangerZone, Fallen A, Puzzle Zoe, Akoma, and HUD601. That's only the first time you've been in the Danger Zone, or possibly the second. Mate, that's the way it goes. I do invite everybody who gets eliminated to continue playing, because there is a boneyard game in this game where you can still get a medal, and of course you can still get pennies. Oh, don't cry, Hearts. Oh, don't cry. It's all right.
What a shame.
What a shame indeed you've been eliminated. But that is how the game works. Thank you for playing. Do continue in the background game for more pennies and a possible chance at a lobby medal. But for now, HUDs, the Akoma, Puzzle Dan, Fallen A, Dan, JR Zone, and Clone F. It is the end of the round. You are in the Danger Zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Oh yes, and you get killed as well. There they go, unalived by electricity, and into the boneyard they go. 5-way boneyard crown split at the moment. 5 players with 1 question correct each. Poof, off they go. And the Danger Zone continues. We've now got 7 players in the Danger Zone. The Clayton, Clive, Jogging, Fetz, Marcini, Shadow, and Stilgar. That doesn't count as a Danger Zone appearance. It's just where it's put you in the order. Tuka, Mark, and Manic are starting with 11, 7, and 5 respectively. But it's important to stay out of the Danger Zone at all times. Even if you're not there at the end of the round, if you go in there at all, it can count against you at the end of the game, which I'll say more about a bit later on. For now, let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is blank on blank. We had, what was the last one? Blank in blank? Yes, pig in a poke. So this is blank on blank. 5 questions this round. Multiplying will double your points for the question. Nerfing in this round will earn you 11 points. That is half the number of players remaining rounded down. There's 23 players left in live play, so the nerf gets worth increasingly fewer points as the rounds go on. As before, you may use either help once this round, but not both, and use them or lose them, because if you don't survive, you don't get helps when you're in the boneyard game, and if you do survive, you'll get it back at the start of the next round anyway, but they don't stack, so you can't take 2 helps into the next round. Interesting idea, possibly, but no, they don't stack. So use them or lose them. I think everyone did use their help somewhere in that last round, but yeah, make sure you use it at some point in the next 5 questions, because you'll get it back next round if you survive anyway. Similarly to the last round, all questions or answers will contain a phrase in the form blank on blank. All questions or answers will contain a phrase in the form blank on blank. Oh, it tells me who's eliminated there. JR, Puzzle Dan, Clone Fighter, Fallen Angel, Hudson, the Akomis. Of course, it truncates names, so I should probably look in my log, because that'd be very useful. Right, if you're all ready, it's round 2. It's blank on blank. Let's play Danger Zone. Starting with this, Bowness on Windermere can be found in which UK national park? New Forest, Peak District, Yorkshire Dales, or Lake District? A few correct answers coming in there. Lake District is the answer. Windermere famous, the largest body of water in the Lake District. Not the largest lake, it's just called Windermere. There's a technical distinction between lakes and waters, because you've got Coniston Waters as well, which isn't a lake. It's technically a waters. Hashtag QI knowledge. Shadowmane was fastest, under 2 seconds there, Shadowmane. Well done for 23 points. Prugs was second, Mark was third. Both of those two with a multiplier, doubling up. Abimi fourth, Ardenfetz was fifth. Just those 2 multipliers coming in, and Stilgar and Manic nerfing that for the flat rate of 11. Let's reorder the board. And straight away, we've got a standard Danger Zone size. This doesn't happen very often. A lot of people get Water District. A lot of people getting it right. Including Matt, though, in the Danger Zone, who got it right, but unfortunately slowest out of anybody, which puts you at the top of the Danger Zone, but still plenty of questions to get yourself out of there, Matt. Likewise, Solomon, the ukulelist, Clayton, Clive, Dive, and Marcy. Clayton, Clive, Dive, Marcini. I sound like I'm about to start an episode of Trumpton. Clayton, ukulelist, Clayton, Clive, Dive, Marcini, Dan, Fort. No, it doesn't quite work. Clive and Dive, though, being next to each other has tickled me. On we go. Next question. Take a look at this. A river is more than a puddle. True story. What is the base spirit contained in a Sex on the Beach cocktail? Rum, whiskey, gin, or vodka? Sorry, that should say rum, not run. Run. So to put a raid message as run. It did mean run. Apologies, that snuck through the proofing process. They are next to each other on the keyboard, and it's a valid word, so it wouldn't have been picked up by the spell checker. Mech, I don't know about it. These things happen. Vodka is the answer. According to IPA, the recipe is 40 ml of vodka, 20 ml of peach schnapps, 40 ml of fresh orange juice, 40 ml of cranberry juice. Build all ingredients in a highball glass filled with ice and garnish with half orange slice. I went to Cyprus a couple of summers back and drank almost exclusively those. I had a couple of beers, a couple of glasses of Prosecco's, but we had an open bar while we were there, so it's just sex on the beach after sex on the beach after sex. It was unbelievable. Of course, it was about 30 odd degrees at the time, 35 degrees, so there's nothing like it. And yes, it's the only time I'll willingly drink vodka. Mark was fastest, Proogs was second, Solomon was third, Claire was fourth, and BC was fifth. Run is coming as a raid message suggestion. I could go for a run and coke right now. That's very clever. Why is the run gone? Thank you again for all the raid messages. Ben had sex on the beach multiple times. If you want to suggest a raid message, then you can do that. They'll come and log in here, and then I'll pick my favourite at the end and give some pennies out for those ones. Let's reorder the board. We have a tie in the Danger Zone. Shapes and the Ukulelist both on 15, tying up the Danger Zone. Of course, that counts as a mark against you, so you want to stay out of that Danger Zone as much as you can. It's not good for your health. Mark's at the top, Proogs is in second, Claire is in third. Lots of help still available. Let's see what you can do with this. It's question number 3. Bed on the beach. Which songwriter wrote the 1929 song Putting on the Ritz? Cole Porter, Jerome Kern, Irving Berlin, George Gershwin. Doesn't read the fucking options, man. You read the options yourselves. That's a short question. It short-circuited my brain. It's Irving Berlin. It's from the musical. This isn't in my notes. I happen to know this. It's from the musical Top Hat, and the only reason I know this is because it's coming to the Chichester Festival Theatre this summer, or is there already? No, it can't be there already, because I'm going to see The Government Inspector next Friday, which is on at the Festival Theatre at the moment. It's coming this summer, and one of the ladies in my choir said we should do Putting on the Ritz at our concert because Top Hat is coming. Can we have more songs from Top Hat? And I'm like, I've never seen it. But it's by Irving Berlin, either way. TVP was fastest there, just 2.3 seconds. Mark was second, Shapes third, Claire fourth, and Proogs was fifth. Just one multiplier coming in from Clive, unfortunately on an incorrect answer, so double nothing is going to be nothing. That's a bad multiplier there, Clive. Big the D and the Ukulelist both nerfing that for the flat rate of 11, and let's reorder the board. Still got a tie. Matt and Solomon both with 21 at the top of the Danger Zone. Both still with helps, as has AB, me, Dive, and CJ, and Clayton all in the Danger Zone. Mark's on top, Proogs in second, Claire in third. Not much change there. Helps all still available for a lot of players. As we move on to question number 4, take a look. Put it on the W Riz. Who wrote and illustrated the manga series Attack on Titan? Hiromu Arakawa, Hajime Isayama, Kohei Horikoshi, or Eiichiro Oda? I'll give myself a 7 out of 10 on that. Considering I don't have a pronunciation guide. Hajime Isayama was the correct answer. I have no notes for you there. Mark was fastest, Shapes second, CJ third, Curse Toucan was fourth, and Big the D was fifth. Clayton multiplying on a wrong answer, hence the damn in chat. That was a good random click, said Shapes. Nerfs coming in from Fetz, Lupine, Pyro, Flyboy, Shadowmane, and Claire. Don't blame you nerfing on that one. It's not really my area. But yes, Hajime Isayama was the correct answer. Let's reorder the board. I said, let's reorder the board. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Can we reconnect, please? Well, it says it's connected. Hopefully it'll connect in a minute and give me the question. At the moment, I don't have it. On we go. Question number 5. Read Japanese in 2-letter syllables as they are written in Roman characters. 2-letter syllables. Hiromu Arakawa. But there's 7 letters in that name. So how does that work? Anyway, let's see what happens. Next question. Question number 5. Last chance to get out of the Danger Zone. Take a look at this. Nope. It's died completely. Hopefully it'll come back in a minute. Take a look. Who won the Best Director Oscar for the 1957 epic war film The Bridge on the River Kwai? Sidney Lumet, Billy Wilder, David Lean, or Joshua Logan? Oh! Okay. Controllers are frozen. Right. It's a problem that's not a me problem, I guess. If everything's frozen, then that's out of my hands, is that one. The build is still responding. Yeah, that would. It says online with host. I didn't get a payload either, but I assume that's because I disconnected. Oh no! We appear to have had a. You're not getting a reconnect either. Are we trying refreshing? It's not letting you lock back on. Something may have gone down at a higher level then. Let me try here. Give me a mo. So let's see if I can join the boneyard. Stand by, please. Let's not be Samster. MNKT. Oh, right. It's gone full kibosh. Well. Your vision's just finished. It's just timed it perfectly. Yeah, high power's gone down. Don't know. Don't know what to say. If the controller's just connected to what I suspect is going on. Yeah, your quiz is very important to us. Hang on. Let me just kill that sound. Oh no, I've still got the sound. So let's not kill that sound. I'll just turn my headphones down for a minute. Okay, let me just think a minute. See what's happened here. Okay, I've got a couple of options that I could try. I could kill the current game and relaunch it in recovery mode, which would bring everyone back in, but I don't think it persists the scores. I might be wrong. It might do. Or we could just give it a couple of minutes and see if something clicks back into place. Because I am... Yeah, it's definitely not doing that. Okay. Well, it says it's kind of... Okay, so I could relaunch it in recovery mode and see if it will recover scores. If not, we may have to prematurely end the stream because I don't want to try and put everything back together. But I might give you a bonus game of something else at the end of the night, some Spacey 4 game or something, or some Crystal Dome. Let's try recovery first of all and see what happens. So, if we go to large cam and I go kill current game, are you sure you wish to continue? Yes. Okay. Now, launch game in recovery mode. Send your bless, indeed. Thank you, Bubble Down, for the 100 bits. Message from our sponsor.
It Mr. Chips what he doing, people keep pressing and guessing.
Indeed. Test mode is off, fast validation is off, anonymized author is off, confirm config. That bodes well, doesn't it? Sending question data. It does mean no one else will be able to join. Thump.wave. I can't remember if it recovers scores and goes back to where it was. Yeah, that's correct. Game will begin shortly. Thank you, Cloak Fighter. This is the only game in the gamut of Game Night games that I wrote myself, so I will take that compliment. There you go, everyone's back in, but the scores are not there. And it's going to play it again from the beginning. And I can't speed it up. How do we do this? Why don't we try and manufacture it so that the players who went out before... So if you went out in the first round, just get this wrong, because it sort of doesn't matter. Can a have I got any moderators here tonight? I don't actually know if I have. I might have to queue up the VOD. If you went out in the first round, just don't answer until we get to the end, and we'll just whiz through these as quick as we can. You're lurking. Thank you, Ash. If you're possibly able to check the VOD, who was in the danger zone at the end of round 2? And then we'll just whiz through this. Thank you, mate. Positions aren't quite as important because we were at the start of a round. So let's go to the next. Yeah, Q5 of round 2. Q5 was dead, but we're just going to treat it as it was at the end of round 2, and then we'll figure it out from there. So either answer as you did, or if you definitely went out, maybe don't answer as you did. Make sure you're in the danger zone if you were in the danger zone before. I can't manipulate any player scores, so we're going on the honesty policy here. Let's see where we're up to. We've still not got a standard danger zone size. Oh, whoops. It's alright, Shapes, as long as you went through, so it's fine. We've got more people in the danger zone than we should have. Well, this is Bonnie Garmus. If you weren't eliminated in round 1, this is Bonnie Garmus. Just get it right if you're through. Did it not reconnect you, Manic? Yeah, the scores will be different, BC. Has it not reconnected your account? That does make sense, doesn't it? Oh, shit, it's because it's in recovery mode. Ah! This is the problem with this. I knew I needed to take recovery mode. Yeah, once recovery mode is initialized, it then needs to be switched off, otherwise you won't be able to join. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, if you reloaded the page, that'll be why. Prompt to dev stream could be on the cards, or we could save for another night. I'd need to rebuild the graphics, taking out the. I could do it from the operator. Can I just set the? Can I send the config remotely? I should be able to function to do that. Function to remotely change config. Going on the list. What to do? I think we might put a pin in this. I'll go back to Fluffy. Fluffy, are you still here? What I might say, because we've only seen the first 2 rounds, and apologies because you had a really lovely theme going on. Maybe we could find a new theme, or we find... thank you for the questions we've had so far. What I might suggest is bouncing this pack back to you. If you can reshape the first 2 rounds, and we'll revisit this game another time, I need to have more robustness. I think what probably happened is that the game app disconnected from the cloud server, and that's got no way of reconnecting to it. That's the only thing I can think of as to why it would just fail like that. Nice and normal, I presume. Yeah, it was until the last 5 minutes, Topper, when we've had a connection issue. What a pain. Have a right more questions. That's very good of you, Fluffy. That's spelled wrong correctly, yeah. Oh, that's such a shame. I'm really sorry about that, everyone. Teething issues with new software rollouts, and say it was a cloud thing. But because it's now built, I can't see it. There is a way I'll be able to get around it, but I need to add in a player editor and a jump to round function and stuff, which just isn't there yet. So, but happens. Indeed, it does. Well, I'm gonna welcome Topper as well. I'm gonna we're gonna kill it there if we can't get it, because if people refreshed. Spontaneous half spotlight. It is 20 to 11. It is quite late. And Spotlight is now built, and I haven't put a config to change the number of questions per round, so that's going to make things slightly trickier. Could do some Spacey 4 game for sure. We can certainly do that. Or maybe some Crystal Dome. We haven't done Crystal Dome for a while. Do you fancy some Crystal Dome and then some Spacey 4 game? Or just Spacey 4 game? Crystal 4 game. All right. Let me boot up Crystal Dome. What's this? I think it's in warm-ups, isn't it? No? Have I put this in originals? That's a very charitable description, Ben. The Crystal Dome. Okie dokie. We'll do some Crystal Dome. Let's go to game with... Oh, it's going to capture my control center now, isn't it? Probably. Oh, no. Let me just set up the graphics, because this is still in the inspector at the moment. Studio mode. Oh, it's not game with cam. I need... no, I need game with cam. Let's clear new game monitor and kill... not new game monitor. Full screen? No. Full screen game caption? No. It is game monitor. There we go. Game monitor's on and direct game capture is off. Yes, original game, do not say. It's going to take 40 minutes to load it. This is one of the reasons I wanted to move to built things, because it takes like 7 seconds to load it as opposed to a minute and a half. I have to open the Unity Inspector every time. But we'll do a quick couple of Crystal Domes, we'll do a couple of Spacey 4 games, and then we'll wrap up. I'm very sorry that DangerZone has done that. Obviously need to look into some more connection stuff and be able to force reconnect the... Oh, I can't force reconnect the graphics from the operator if it's disconnected. That wouldn't work. It's going to need more stuff on the builds. Unless it was just a fluke. I don't know if the cloud sneezed, possibly. It's okay. It's all right. We'll look on the positive side of things. Oh my god, Crystal Dome, hurry up. 1 minute 38 seconds it's been loading so far. Well, this gives me an opportunity to... Oh no, it's loaded now, so... So I haven't done this for a while. And also... You didn't see any metrics. Alright, mate, thank you for the raid again, Huds. Much appreciated. Message me, we need to figure out the 7th of June. Yeah, we will. It's not terribly long games, but yeah, we'll have fun, I'm sure. DM me tomorrow. Make sure you do. Take care, mate. Ash, you say you didn't see anything on the metrics. Stream mode 4K is what we want. That's very odd then. I mean, there's nothing different in the built version from the Inspector version that would make it want to disconnect. Too many payloads being sent. Could that be a thing if it's got too many payloads coming in and going back and forth? Because it's sending them, it's going from client to cloud to host to cloud to me. So that sort of M shape of transfer every time someone fires an answer. I don't know if that's too much to make it sneeze. I don't know enough about networking to actually figure any of that out. Anyway, shall we have some Crystal Dome? I think we should. Twitch Whispers for this one. Dum dum dum. Ooh, there it is. 5% CPU. Don't know then. May have just had a little funny moment. Right. There's the rules. Yeah, you got to whisper to the bot in this game. I think only I can do that command now, I think. Oh, not even I can. Oh, yes, because I've taken all the Nightbot commands out. Ha! Because it's all supposed to be through the operator now. I can do it through the operator. Whisper. There you go. Yeah, this goes back. Goes back some. Dum, 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 da. Those are the rules. Oh god, that's not showing up particularly well on screen, is it? Let's just squish that down just a smidge. There you go. So yeah, whispering to the bot. This seems familiar. Yes, this doesn't seem very original. I hope it uses this. I think it uses the current penny bank. I did it since the penny bank got revitalized. Right. Oh, I remember this. There's the bridge. I was so pleased with this model as well. I mean, it's just a geodesic dome in Blender, and then a special water shader to do that. But yeah, it's quite pleasing, isn't it? Right, everyone happy with the rules? All of the answers will be a single character. Whisper them to the bot, and all will be well. So, yeah, everyone in who's going to play? Good. 16 players in, whisper your predictions. This is going to be a number. How many gold minus silver do you think you'll get in total? Just whisper a number to the bot. Blast from the past, whisper to the bot, indeed. Shadow Shapes. Let's get a prediction in. Just one from Shadow. There we go. Okie dokie. Over to you, Richard O'Brien.
Will you start the fans, please?
There they go. Take the sequence TOJE. The next letter is what? Take this sequence JPVB. The next letter is. You can answer them even if they're no longer on the screen. Take this sequence. Which character appears most frequently? Calculate the following. 1 plus 9 minus 9. Which letter changes in tain to make a twist, a convolution? -1 plus 11 minus 1. Is the number 357 prime or composite? That's going over the edge of the border. That's very bad. In that sequence, which character appears most frequently? Take this pattern. How many times does that one appear? And in that one, how many times does that one appear? RWBG. Next letter is. And in that sequence, which character appears most frequently? And that's time. Z was next. That was your first answer. Then H. Then F is the most frequent. 1 plus 9 minus 9 is 1. Change the A to make twine. That would have been 9. -1 plus 11 minus 1. 357 is composite. It is not prime. Most frequent character there is S. In that pattern, it's the right pointer, and there it's the up pointer. Next letter is L, and K is the most frequent. Shapes, you were closest. One away. 100 bonus pennies to you. Anyone get 12? Lupine, 12 out of 12. Very well played. And they'll all cash in to your penny banks, and that's been written. That's it. That's it for the Crystal Dome. You want another one? Yeah, let's do one more now. You've got the hang of it. Right, reload. And let's go again. Oh, he is still breathing. So my dog was like very, very still. Worryingly still. So I'm going to give you once around the loop this time. It is tough. It's fast. It's very fast paced. Don't feel bad if you miss a couple. There's no repeats either. It's probably worth mentioning. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, no repeated characters. And yeah, some of them will be letters, some of them will be numbers. Okay, that's the end of the loop. Let's raise the drawbridge. There it is. And whisper your predictions. 16 of you, and again. How many will you get? Gold minus silver. Last one was 95, I think, or 94. Premiotto! Feliz anniversario de oficial! Or something. Something in Spanish, I think. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. Just bring the operator back up so I can greet you properly. Blast from the past, whisper to the bot. So, things I need to do is check out what's going on in DangerZone, if indeed there are any logs at all. I mean, I'll go and check the logs, see if anything came up. But, right, everyone's got a prediction in. So, Richard O'Brien, over to you.
Will you start the fans, please?
Here we go. Oh, lots of K's and X's again. Which character appears most frequently? Which letter changes in slave to make a record of money owed? ZUPK, what's next? XBFJ, what's next? -5 plus 6 plus 2. FILO, what's next? What's most frequent in that? It's like Jabba the Hutt. What's most frequent in that one? What appears in the top one, but not in the bottom one? And which character appears most frequently there? QVAF, what is next? And what appears in the top, but not in the bottom? And that's time. You had X, and then H, and then F, then N, then 3, then R, then A, then L, V appears in the top but not the bottom, I is the most frequent there, and K is next in that sequence, and Z appears in the top but not the bottom. JR was closest that time. Bang on, JR. 86. Very well done. 100 bonus pennies to you. And Lupine having another perfect game, getting 120 pennies for his efforts. Well played. So have the serial numbers filed off. Good game, everybody. Good game. That's the Crystal Dome. Nice little end of night game to compensate for the lack of Danger Zone, which of course we will reschedule for another time. And again, profuse apologies that died. Spacey 4 game then, as promised, and then we're going to wrap up, and I'm going to go and investigate what happened. So give me a minute just to load this up when I can find it. God, we haven't played it for a while. Spacey 4 game. 3 months ago we last played Spacey 4 game. Well, that was fun. Something a bit different. So we've done before 11, which is good. So don't forget to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel. No, don't forget. I'm going to be back on Saturday with even more quiz at game night. We have got Battlefront Distinction and Data Leak, and it'll all work flawlessly. There will be no tech issues at all, he says with confidence. If you're not around at the weekends, if you're Eurovisioning and you're just here for the weekday stream, next Thursday I'm back with Bidding War Hacker and Spotlight Hacker as written by me. And in the intervening time, our great friend Ash the Bash is going to be here with, I think, even more Duel on his streams next week. Actually, Ash is not streaming tomorrow. He's got tomorrow off, the 16th of May, but he's here with a double Duel stream next week, Wednesday and Friday. So again, go give him a follow if you're not doing so already for even more quiz. Wednesday and Friday next week, and of course look forward to our conflab stream week in June. And that's about what we've got on the cards. Don't type play yet, or left or right, because I haven't loaded the build, but I'm about to. Let's do that now as we play Spacey 4 game. Oh, I have to wait 4 minutes 37 seconds before giving another shout out to Ash the Bash. Okay, we'll do it from the operator then. There you go. Go give him a follow. So, left or right, we'll add 50 pennies for every player who comes and joins the game. I'm feeling right today. And if you survive, you go on to the next round, and if you don't, you drop out into space and fall down into the abyss. Or the abyss falls down into you. Not quite sure which way around it works. Don't know what the lore is. Let's just shrink it so we can see everybody. 950 pennies to the winner. Yeah, I just shrunk it down a bit. Shrink it into place. No, it's not a team game. It's just pick left or right. I've got a feeling right is good, but I genuinely don't know. It doesn't pick a door until it until the timer expires. It doesn't pick it in advance. So, I was right. Royal Flush, Clayton, Flyboy, SJ, Lupine, Fetch, JR, and Prudes move on to the next round. Easy. 950 pennies going to the winner of this. I'm going to yo-yo today. I think it's going to be left. Genuinely, I don't know. Genuinely don't. But... oh, that's it. And we're out of time. I need to put a thing on here that speeds it up rather than just changing the time frame. Time scale. It's fine. We'll let it run out. Easy. Come on. Royal Flush, SJ, Lupine and Onfets move on to the next stage. I'm going to go last this time because the rule is I'm not allowed to win. I can force a tie, or I can force a... Or I can force a no winners. SJ, where you going, left or right? Oh, right, what do I want to do now? I'm going to go left. So, if it's right, then SJ wins. If it had been right, then I would have screwed SJ over a bit there. It is right, SJ, well played. You won 950 pennies. Easy. Clayton, the master of this game. Well done, SJ. You just won 950 pennies. Again. Go on then, one more. Last game of the night. Left or right? Let's see if we can get it over 1,000 this time. I'm starting left. Lots of people started left. Hey, there we go, 1,000 pennies. That's what we like to see. And a message from our sponsor, TVP.
You should really have your own. The wheel, like Ash. All those small games would come in handy then.
Yeah, they would. I mean, I've got a couple. I mean, I don't want to be just do the same stuff that Ash does. I mean, we've got our own. We've got our own sort of flavours that we do and our own styles that we do. It would be a blatant rip-off of Ash to bring a wheel into proceedings, I think. Last chance to come in. Thank you for the 100 bits, by the way, TVP. But yeah, we've all got our own mini games. Ash has got In the Grid, and he does his marbles on stream. God, I'm on form today. Whereas I've got Crystal Dome and Spacey Fall games. So yeah, we've got our own things that we do. We've got our own voices. I'm going to yo-yo again. I was actually, for what it's worth, I was going to go right on the last one and go with SJ, but I didn't want to screw SJ over if in the event that it did win, which it did, because then SJ would have had to have gone one more, which would have been very unfair. Whereas on the last one, I probably would have abstained. Okay, everyone in. Let's see who wins. Easy. Oh, it's me again, TVP, Kirstuke, Solomon Dudley, and Royal Flush. Hello, puppy. Left or right? I'm going to go last. That's the rule. Solomon Dudley, where are you going? Alright, again, I'm going to stick to my guns, not screw over the one player who's gone over there. Let's see what happens. It's exactly that, Clayton. That's literally what it was modelled on. Oh, it's not worked out this time. Bad luck, Solomon. And in fact, no, it's not even any more complicated. It's exactly the same game. It's just a digitised version in space. Right, I'll let you two scrum it out. TVP's going right. Kirstuke's going right. We could have a rollover, because I'm going to abstain. Because if I go left and win, then I get 1,000 pennies. If I go right, actually I might as well go right, mightn't I? It's going to make no difference, because we're all there anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we all survive! We all survive. You have fallen trophy. Yes. Hello, little dog. No kisses. No thank you. No tongues. Right, go again. We go again. TVP's going to left this time. And we're going to have a winner. This means I am going to abstain this time. Hello. I want to screw it over when it's down to one person. It's going to be either TVP or Kirstuke who takes home the 1,000 pennies. Who's it going to be? It is... Kirstuke takes home 1,000 pennies. Bad luck there, TVP. And to Kirstuke, you've won 1,000 pennies. Hooray! And they've been written to the drive. And that, my friends, is going to be it from me for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining. Apologies for the technical gremlins. These things happen when we're doing things live. Technology's evolved. All I can do is apologise to you, and of course apologise to Fluffy as well, whose question pack was slightly marred. But I think Fluffy has said they're very happy to provide an extra couple of rounds. And we'll replay that Danger Zone game another time. We'll find somewhere to slot it in. Yeah. This is actually beautiful. Thank you, Clo Fighter. That's what we aim for. That's all we aim for. Fun and games. And good, wholesome fun, no cheating, and a bit of quiz. And yeah, I've had a good time. Despite the crash, I've had a really good time tonight on stream, and I hope you have as well. To all the people who came over from Huds' channel, thank you very much. And Clo Fighter, thank you very much for that follow as well. Huds, I know you've gone to bed, but thank you again for that raid. Very much appreciated. And to anyone who's joined the new community, new from Huds tonight, you're most welcome to be here. And JR, message from our sponsor, JR. Yeah.
Well recovered after the mess.
Very
Very
much so.
fun stream.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I was kicked off a hype train at the end of the night. What excitement. Yeah, sometimes mess happens and it's very easy to take it badly. But hopefully stayed calm and collected tonight, and it's just how it is. Right. No thank you, no tongue just coming in. I need to suggest give some pennies out for these raid message suggestions. I'm going to give some pennies to JR for what is what. I'm going to give some to Lupine for paging Dr. John Zhivago to the paging Dr. John Zhivago to the paediatric ward. That is not easy to say. That might win. Saying dead when you die. I quite like that from Jerry. You're going to get some consolation pennies. I like Eurovision, but game night is better. That's a strong contender. I've got to give some to Big the D. That could win as well. Bloody hell. Run. Puzzle Dan gets some just for run. Right. I've got it down to about 4. Big the D. I like Eurovision, but game night is better. Bonobo shagging on camera. Or... which one? I don't know which one. It's been very strong for raid messages tonight. Very strong indeed. And I'm going to have to make a decision. Sex on the Beach one was pretty good. What, Ben on the Beach? Which one was that? Oh, Ben had sex on the beach multiple times. Yeah. That did get a highlight. Oh, go on then, Clayton. Yeah. You can have some. Yeah, that was good. You shouldn't chill for it. If I haven't called it, don't call it back out. That's rude. But yeah, it worked out this time. Right. JR is getting some consolation pennies for that. Proogs is getting some for that. For I like Eurovision, but game night is better. I'm really torn. Bonobo shagging on camera or Big the D. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think it probably is, isn't it? Lingo Maniac getting consolation pennies for Bonobo shagging on camera. But we are going to raid with Huds' raid message who gets 100 pennies. We're going to go raid and we're going to go say Big the D. There we go. Big the D is the raid message as chosen this evening. And now all we've got to do is go find somebody to raid. It's probably going to be Flage. It's usually Flage. Who have we got? Hardyway, Grimmy's on. We've got Unity Dev. Dave Liquid Lizard's doing Jackbox. I'm feeling Flage because Flage is who I'm going to go and watch to mellow out now. So we're going to go and raid Flage in Lounge, who is a Vice City speedrunner, top bloke, Twitch partner, very chilled. And I spend a lot of my time with him on in the background. It's my own personal ASMR when I'm working in the evening. So we're going to go raid Flage in Lounge and we're going to go say Big the D. Thank you very much, everybody, once again for coming to join us. To all of the writers for their contributions tonight, to all of the proofing team, everyone who works behind the scenes and the admin as well. If you want to come and hang out with us some more, you can, of course, come and join the Discord server. I am going to be back next this Saturday, it's 2 days' time, for even more quiz, and I do hope you'll come and join me there. Until then, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. You've been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Until next time, take care, peace out, and good night. says.